Happy Sukkot, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the Parable of the Vineyard YouTube Torah reading Sukkot live stream. My name is Adam, your host, and I welcome you. And what we're going to be doing today is reading from the book of Numbers. We will be reading from the Septuagint version, which for many has been a new version they've been recently looking at, and I've kind of found it to be a kind of a treasure chest. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's roughly 1,100 years older than the Masoretic text, which is what the KJV, the ESV, the CEPHER, almost every version you're probably used to. So the Septuagint version is from roughly 200 BC, and there's some differences, and it's interesting going over some of those differences to kind of get the full scope of things, if you will. So we're going to be reading from that, and what we're doing here is we are trying to do a feeble attempt at walking out Deuteronomy 31, 9 through 13, so I'll read that for you. And Moshe wrote this Torah and delivered it unto the priests, the sons of Levi, which bore the ark of the covenant of Yahuah, and unto all the elders of Yisrael. And Moshe commanded them, saying, at the end of every 7 years, in the solemnity of the year of release, in the feast of Sukkot, the tabernacles, which is we're still in the midst of, when all Israel is to come appear before Yahuah Elohika in the place which he shall choose, you shall read this Torah before all Yisrael in their hearing. Gather the people together, men and women and children, and your stranger that is within your gates, that they may hear, that they may learn, and fear Yahuah Elohim, to guard to do all the words of this Torah. And that their children, which have not known anything, may hear and learn to fear Yahuah Elohim as long as you live in the land, whether you go over the Jordan to possess it. And so we know that we are waiting to kind of do the same thing, go over into our land of possession as well. So in the meantime, this may be a really feeble attempt at trying to walk this out, but hey, it's Sukkot. We can read the Torah, we can hear the Torah, so let's just do it. Let's pray, and we'll get right to it. Heavenly Father, Yahuah Most High, we just come before you as a group of believers who believe in you, who have been reconciled back to you through your Messiah who you sent for us, and we're so thankful. We're also extremely thankful for lifting the veil from our eyes, that we could see that your commands, your Torah, is sweeter than honey. It's more desirable than gold, and in keeping it, there is great reward. And we just thank you for allowing us to do the best we can to walk this out, and we ask that you continue to strengthen us on this walk so that we don't deviate to the left or to the right of it, and stay on that straight and narrow path that Yahusha said that very few would find, and that we pray that you cultivate our heart, that we continue to bring forth the fruit that you desire. We love you, we bless you, we pray that you open our eyes and ears to hearing and seeing the wondrous matters that are written here in your everlasting Torah. We bless you, and we thank you for this week of Sukkot. In Yahusha's name, Amen. Amen. All right, so let's get to it. The book of Numbers, Bemidbar, which in the Hebrew that means in the wilderness, or in the wilderness, or in the desert, however you want to translate Bemidbar. It can be translated both ways. So we're going to be reading again from the Septuagint version. And let me get my 4 eyes on, or I guess 8 eyes. This kind of helps with the eye strain. Okay, here we go. Book of Numbers, chapter 1, Septuagint version. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tabernacle of witness, on the first day of the 2nd month, in the 2nd year of their departure from the land of Egypt, saying, take the sum of all the congregation of Israel, according to their kindreds, according to the houses of their fathers' families, according to their numbers, by their names, according to their heads, every male from 20 years old and upwards, everyone that goes forth in the forces of Israel, take account of them with their strength. Thou and Aharon take account of them. And with you there shall be each one of the rulers according to the tribe of each. They shall be according to the houses of their families. And these are the names of the men who shall be present with you. Of the tribe of Reuben, Elishur, the son of Sedur. Of Simeon, Salamiel, the son of Surushaddai. Of Yehuda, Nason, the son of Aminadab. Of Issachar, Nathaniel, the son of Sogar. Of Zabulon, Eliab, the son of Chelon. Of the sons of Joseph, of Ephraim, Elisama, the son of Amiud. Of Manasseh, Gamaliel, the son of Fadasur. Of Benjamin, Abidan, the son of Gadioni. Of Dan, Achiezer, the son of Amisadai. Of Asher, Fagaiel, the son of Echran. Of Gad, Elisaph, the son of Raguel. Of Naphtali, Achir, the son of Inan. These were famous men of the congregation, heads of the tribes according to their families. These are heads of thousands in Israel. And Moshe and Aharon took these men who were called by name, and they assembled all the congregation on the first day of the month in the second year, and they registered them after their lineage, after their families, after the number of their names, from 20 years old and upwards, every male according to their number, as Yahuah commanded Moshe. So they were numbered in the wilderness of Sinai. And the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their heads, were all males from 20 years old and upward, every one that went out with the host. The numbering of them of the tribe of Reuben was 46,400. For the children of Simeon, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, all males from 20 years old and upward, every one that goes out with the host, the numbering of them of the tribe of Simeon was 59,300. For the sons of Yehuda, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, all males from 20 years old and upward, every one that goes forth with the host. The numbering of the tribe of Yehuda was 74,600. For the sons of Issachar, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the numbers of their names, according to their polls, all males from 20 years old and upward, every one that goes forth with a host, the numbering of them of the tribe of Issachar was 54,400. For the sons of Zebulun, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, all males from 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes out with the host, the numbering of them of the tribe of Zebulun was 57,400. For the sons of Joseph, the sons of Ephraim, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, all males from 20 years old and upward, every one that goes out with the host, the numbering of them of the tribe of Ephraim was 40,500. For the sons of Manasseh, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, all males from 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes out with the host, the numbering of them of the tribe of Manasseh was 32,200. For the sons of Benjamin, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes forth with the host, the numbering of them of the tribe of Benjamin was 35,400. For the sons of Gad, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their families, according to their polls, all males from 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes forth with the host, the numbering of them of the tribe of Gad was 45,650. For the sons of Dan, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, all males from 20 years old and upward, every one that goes forth with the host, the numbering of them of the tribe of Dan was 62,700. For the sons of Asher, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes forth with a host, the numbering of them of the tribe of Asher was 41,500. For the sons of Naphtali, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, every one that goes forth with the host, the numbering of them of the tribe of Naphtali was 53,400. This is the numbering which Moshe and Aharon and the rulers of Israel, being 12 men, conducted. There was a man for each tribe. They were according to the tribe of the houses of their family. And the whole numbering of the children of Israel with their hosts from 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes out to set himself in battle array in Israel, came to 600,000 and 3,550. But the Levites of the tribe of their family were not counted among the children of Israel. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, See, thou shalt not muster the tribe of Levi. and thou shalt not take their numbers, in the midst of the children of Israel. And do thou set the Levites over the tabernacle of witness, and over all its furniture, and over all things that are in it. And they shall do service in it, and they shall encamp round about the tabernacle. And in removing the tabernacle, the Levites shall take it down, and in pitching the tabernacle they shall set it up. And let the stranger that advances to touch it die. And the children of Israel shall encamp, every man in his own order, and every man according to his company, with their host. But let the Levites encamp round about the tabernacle of witness, fronting it. And so there shall be no sin among the children of Israel, and the Levites themselves shall keep the guard of the tabernacle of witness. And the children of Israel did according to all that Yahuah commanded Moshe and Aharon, so did they. A second eyelash in my eye or something. Okay. Numbers chapter 2. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe and Aharon, saying, Let the children of Israel encamp, fronting each other, every man keeping his own rank, according to their standards, according to the houses of their families. The children of Israel shall encamp round about the tabernacle of witness. And they that encamp first toward the east shall be the order of the camp of Yehudah, with their host, and the prince of the sons of Yehudah, Naasson, the son of Amminadab. His forces that were numbered were 74,600. And they that encamp next shall be of the tribe of Issachar. And the prince of the sons of Issachar shall be Nathaniel, the son of Sogar. His forces that were numbered were 54,400. And they that encamp next shall be of the tribe of Zabulon. And the prince of the sons of Zabulon shall be Eliab, the son of Chelon. His forces that were numbered were 57,400. All that were numbered of the camp of Yehudah were 180,000 and 6,400. They shall move first with their forces. This is the order of the camp of Reuben. Their forces shall be toward the south, and the prince of the children of Reuben shall be Elisur, the son of Sedur. His forces that were numbered were 46,500. And they that encamp next to him shall be the tribe of Simeon. And the prince of the sons of Simeon shall be Salamiel, the son of Serushadai. His forces that were numbered were 59,300. And they that encamp next to them shall be the tribe of Gad. And the prince of the sons of Gad, Elishaph, the son of Raguel. His forces that were numbered were 45,650. All who were numbered of the camp of Reuben were 151,450. They with their forces shall proceed in the second place. Then the tabernacle of witness shall be set forward, and the camp of the Levites shall be between the camps. As they shall encamp, so also shall they commence with their march. Each one next in order to his fellow according to their companies. The station of the camp of Ephraim shall be westward with their forces, and the head of the children of Ephraim shall be Elisama, the son of Ammiud. His forces that were numbered are 40,500. And they that encamp next shall be the tribe of Manasseh, and the prince of the sons of Manasseh, Gamaliel, the son of Fadashur. His forces that were numbered were 32,200. And they that encamp next shall be the tribe of Benjamin, and the prince of the sons of Benjamin, Abidan, the son of Gadioni. His forces that were numbered were 35,400. All that were numbered of the camp of Ephraim were 108,100. They with their forces shall set out third. The order of the camp of Dan shall be northward with their forces, and the prince of the sons of Dan, Achiezer, the son of Amisadai. His forces that were numbered were 62,700. And they that encamp next to him shall be the tribe of Asher. And the prince of the sons of Asher, Phagiel, the son of Echron. His forces that were numbered were 41,500. And they that encamp next shall be the tribe of Naphtali. And the prince of the children of Naphtali, Achier, son of Enan. His forces that were numbered were 53,400. All that were numbered of the camp of Dan were 157,600. They shall set out last, according to their order. This is the numbering of the children of Israel, according to the houses of their families. All the numbering of the camps of their forces was 603,550. But the Levites were not numbered with them, as Yahuah commanded Moshe. And the children of Israel did all the things that Yahuah commanded Moshe. Thus they encamped in their order, and thus they began their march in succession, each according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families. Okay. Numbers chapter 3. And these are the generations of Aharon and Moshe in the day in which Yahuah spoke to Moshe in Mount Sinai. And these are the names of the sons of Aharon: Nadab, the firstborn, and Abihud, Eleazar, and Ithamar. These are the names of the sons of Aharon, the anointed priest, whom they consecrated to the priesthood. And Nadab and Abihu died before Yahuah, when they offered strange fire before Yahuah in the wilderness of Sinai, and they had no children. And Eleazar and Ithamar ministered in the priest's office with Aharon their father. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Take the tribe of Levi, and thou shalt set them before Aharon the priest, and they shall minister to him, and shall keep his charges, and the charges of the children of Israel, before the tabernacle of witness, to do the works of the tabernacle. And they shall keep all the furniture of the tabernacle of witness, and the charges of the children of Israel as to do all the works of the tabernacle. And thou shalt give the Levites to Aharon, and to his sons the priests. They are given for a gift to me of the children of Israel. And thou shalt appoint Aharon and his sons over the tabernacle of witness, and they shall keep their charge of priesthood, and all things belonging to the altar, and within the veil, and the stranger that touches them shall die. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Behold, I have taken the Levites from the midst of the children of Israel, instead of every male that opens the womb from among the children of Israel. They shall be their ransom, and the Levites shall be mine. For every firstborn is mine. In the day in which I smote every firstborn in the land of Egypt, I sanctified to myself every firstborn in Israel, both of man and beast. They shall be mine. I am Yahuah. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, Take the number of the sons of Levi, according to the houses of their families, according to their divisions. Number ye them every male from a month old and upwards. And Moshe and Aharon numbered them by the word of Yahuah, as Yahuah commanded them. And these were the sons of Levi by their names: Gedson, Kohath, Merari. And these are the names of the sons of Gedson, according to their families: Lobenai and Semai. The sons of Kohath, according to their families: Amram, and Isar, Hebron, and Uziel. And the sons of Merari, according to their families: Mulai and Musai. These are the families of the Levites, according to the houses of their families. To Gershon belongs the family of Liboni and the family of Simei. These are the families of Gershon. The numbering of them according to the number of every male from a month old and upwards, their numbering was 7,500. And the sons of Gideon, I guess we'll just go with Gidson. The sons of Gidson shall encamp westward behind the tabernacle. And the ruler of the household of the family of Gidson was Elisaph, the son of Dael. And the charge of the sons of Gidson in the tabernacle of witness was the tent and the veil, and the covering of the door of the tabernacle of witness, and the curtains of the court, and the veil of the door of the court, which is by the tabernacle, and the remainder of all its works. To Kohath belonged one division, that of Amram, and another division, that of Isar, and another division, that of Hebron, and another division, that of Uziel. These are divisions of Kohath according to number. Every male from a month old and upward, 8,600, keeping the charges of the holy things. The families of the sons of Kohath shall encamp beside the tabernacle toward the south. And the chief of the house of the families of the divisions of Kohath was Elishaphan, the son of Uziel. And their charge was the ark, and the table, and the candlestick, and the altars, and all the vessels of the sanctuary wherewith they do holy service, and the veil and all their works. And the chief over all the chief of the Levites was Eleazar, the son of Aharon the priest, appointed to keep the charges of the holy things. To Merari belonged the family of Mulai, and the family of Musai. These are the families of Merari. The mustering of them according to number, every male from a month old and upwards, was 6,050. And the head of the house of the families of the division of Merari was Suriel, the son of Abichail. They shall encamp by the side of the tabernacle northwards. The oversight of the charge of the sons of Merari included the chapiters of the tabernacle, and its bars, and its pillars, and its sockets, and all their furniture, and their works, and the pillars of the court round about, and their bases, and their pins, and their cords. They that encamp before the tabernacle of witness on the east side shall be Moshe and Aharon and his sons, keeping the charges of the sanctuary according to the charges of the children of Israel. And the stranger that touches them shall die. All the numbering of the Levites, whom Moshe and Aharon numbered by the word of Yahuah, according to their families, every male from a month old and upwards, were 22,000. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Count every firstborn male of the children of Israel from a month old and upwards, and take the number by name, and thou shalt take the Levites for me, I am Yahuah, instead of all the firstborn of the sons of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites, instead of all the firstborn cattle among the cattle of the children of Israel. And Moshe counted, as Yahuah commanded him, every firstborn among the children of Israel, and all the male firstborn in number by name from a month old up and upwards were according to their numbering 22,273, which this is really interesting that it's only 273 off from the number of the Levites for males. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, take the Levites instead of all the firstborn of the sons of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of their cattle. And the Levites shall be mine. I am Yahuah. And for the ransom of the 273 which exceeded the Levites in number of the firstborn of the sons of Israel, thou shalt even take 5 shekels a head, and thou shalt take them according to the holy shekel, 20 obolai to the shekel. And thou shalt give the money to Aharon and his sons, the ransom of those who exceed in number among them. And Moshe took the silver, the ransom of those that exceeded in number, the redemption of the Levites. He took the silver from the firstborn of the sons of Israel, 1,365 shekels, according to the holy shekel. And Moshe gave the ransom of them, that were over Aharon and his sons, by the word of Yahuah, as Yahuah commanded Moshe. Book of Numbers, chapter 4, Septuagint version. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe and Aharon, saying, take the sum of the children of Kohath from the midst of the sons of Levi, after their families, according to the houses of their fathers' households, from 25 years old and upward until 50 years, everyone that goes in to minister to do all the works in the tabernacle of witness. And these are the works of the sons of Kohath in the tabernacle of witness. It is most holy. And Aharon and his sons shall go in when the camp is about to move, and shall take down the shadowing veil, and shall cover it with the ark of the testimony. And they shall put on it a cover, even a blue skin, and put it above a garment olive blue, and shall put the staves through the rings. And they shall put on the table set forth for showbread a cloth all of purple, and the dishes, and the censers, and the cups, and the vessels with which one offers drink offerings, and the continual loaves shall be upon it. And they shall put upon it a scarlet cloth, and they shall cover it with a blue covering of skin, and they shall put the staves into it, and they shall take a blue covering, and cover the candlesticks that gives light, and its lamps, and its snuffers, and its funnels, and all the vessels of oil with which they minister. And they shall put it and all its vessels into a blue skin cover, and they shall put it on bearers, and they shall put a blue cloth for a cover on the golden altar, and shall cover it with a blue skin cover, and put it in its staves. And they shall take all the instruments of service with which they minister in the sanctuary, and shall place them in a cloth of blue, and shall cover them with blue skin covering, and put them upon staves. And he shall put the covering on the altar, and they shall cover it with a cloth of all purple. And they shall put upon it all the vessels with which they minister upon it, and the fire pans, and the flesh hooks, and the cups, and the cover, and all the vessels of the altar. And they shall put on it a blue cover of skins, and shall put it in its staves. And they shall take a purple cloth, and cover the laver and its foot, and they shall put it into a blue cover of skins, and put it on bars. And Aharon and his sons shall finish covering the holy things, and all the holy vessels, when the camp begins to move. And afterwards the sons of Kohath shall go in to take up the furniture, but shall not touch the holy things, lest they die. These shall the sons of Kohath bear in the tabernacle of witness. Eleazar, the son of Aharon the priest, is overseer. The oil of the light, and the incense of composition, and the daily meat offering, and the anointing oil are his charge, even the oversight of the whole tabernacle, and all things that are in it, the holy place, in all the works. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe and Aharon, saying, ye shall not destroy the family of Kohath from the tribe of Levi, the tribe out of the midst of the Levites. This do ye to them, and they shall live and not die. When they approach the Holy of Holies, let Aharon and his sons advance, and they shall place them each in his post for bearing, and so they shall by no means go in to look suddenly upon the holy things and die. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, take the sum of the children of Gidson, and these according to the houses of their lineage, according to their families. Take the number of them from 5 and 25 years old and upwards until the age of 50, everyone that goes in to minister to do his business in the tabernacle of witness. This is the public service of the family of Gidson, to minister and to bear. And they shall bear the skins of the tabernacle, and the tabernacle of witness, and its veil, and the blue cover that was on it above, and the cover of the door of the tabernacle of witness, and all the curtains of the court which were upon the tabernacle of witness, and the appendages, and all the vessels of service that they minister with they shall attend to. According to the direction of Aharon and his sons shall be the ministry of the sons of Gitson, and all their ministries and all their works, and thou shalt take account of them by name, and all things borne by them. This is the service of the sons of Gitson in the tabernacle of witness, and their charge by the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aharon, the priest. The sons of Merari, according to their families, according to the houses of their lineage, take ye the number of them. Take the number of them from 5 and 25 years old and upwards until 50 years old, everyone that goes in to perform the services of the tabernacle of witness. And these are the charges of the things borne by them, according to all their works in the tabernacle of witness. They shall bear the chapiters of the tabernacle, and the bars, and its pillars, and its sockets, and the veil, and there shall be their sockets, and their pillars, and the curtain of the door of the tabernacle. And they shall bear the pillars of the court round about, and there shall be their sockets, and they shall bear the pillars of the veil of the door of the court, and their sockets, and their pins, and their cords, and all their furniture, and all their instruments of service. Take ye their number by name, and all the articles of the charge of the things borne by them. This is the ministration of the family of the sons of Merari, and all their works in the tabernacle of witness, by the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aharon, the priest. And Moshe and Aharon and the rulers of Israel took the number of the sons of Kohath according to their families, according to the houses of their lineage, from 5 and 20 years old and upwards to the age of 50 years, everyone that goes in to minister and do service in the tabernacle of witness. And the numbering of them according to their families was 2,750. This is the numbering of the family of Kohath, everyone that ministers in the tabernacle of witness, as Moshe and Aharon numbered them by the word of Yahuah, by the hand of Moshe. And the sons of Gitson were numbered according to their families, according to the house of their lineage, from 5 and 20 years old and upward till 50 years old, everyone that goes in to minister and to do the services in the tabernacle of witness. And the numbering of them according to their families, according to the houses of their lineage, was 2,630. This is the numbering of the family of the sons of Gitson, everyone who ministers in the tabernacle of witness, whom Moshe and Aharon numbered by the word of Yahuah, by the hand of Moshe. And also the family of the sons of Merari were numbered according to their divisions, according to the house of their fathers, from 5 and 20 years old and upward till 50 years old, everyone that goes in to minister in the services of the tabernacle of witness. And the numbering of them according to their families, according to the house of their lineage, was 3,200. This is the numbering of the family of the sons of Merari, whom Moshe and Aharon numbered by the word of Yahuah, by the hand of Moshe. All that were numbered, whom Moshe and Aharon and all the rulers of Israel numbered, namely the Levites, according to their families and according to the houses of their lineage, from 5 and 20 years old and upward till 50 years old, everyone that goes into the service of the works and the charge of the things that are carried in the tabernacle of witness, and they that were numbered were 8,580. He reviewed them by the word of Yahuah, by the hand of Moshe, appointing each man severally over their respective work and over their burdens, and they were numbered as Yahuah commanded Moshe. Book of Numbers, chapter 5. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Charge the children of Israel, and let them send forth out of the camp every leper, and everyone who has an issue of the reins, and everyone who is unclean from a dead body, whether male or female, send them forth out of the camp, and they shall not defile their camps in which I dwell among them. And the children of Israel did so, and sent them out of the camp, as Yahuah said to Moshe. So did the children of Israel. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, Every man or woman who shall commit any sin that is common to man, or if that soul shall in any wise have neglected the commandment and transgressed, that person shall confess the sin which he has committed, and shall make satisfaction for his trespass. He shall pay the principal, and shall add to it the 5th part, and shall make restoration to him against whom he has trespassed. But if a man have no near kinsman, so as to make satisfaction for his trespass to him, the trespass offering paid to Yahuah shall be for the priest, beside the ram of atonement, by which he shall make atonement with it for him. And every firstfruits and all the sanctified things among the children of Israel, whatsoever they shall offer to Yahuah, shall be for the priest himself. And the hallowed things of every man shall be his, and whatever man shall give anything to the priest, the gift shall be his. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and thou shalt say to them, whosoever wife shall transgress against him, and slight and despise him, and supposing any one shall lie with her carnally, and the thing shall be hid from the eyes of her husband, and she should conceal it, and be herself defiled, and there be no witness with her, and she should not be taken, and there should come upon him a spirit of jealousy, and he should be jealous of his wife, and she be defiled, or there should be come upon him a spirit of jealousy, and he should be jealous of his wife, and she should not be defiled. Then shall the man bring his wife to the priest, and shall bring his gift for her, the 10th part of an ephah of barley meal. He shall not pour oil upon it, neither shall he put frankincense upon it, for it is a sacrifice of jealousy, a sacrifice of memorial, recalling sin to remembrance. And the priest shall bring her, and cause her to stand before Yahuah. And the priest shall take pure running water in an earthen vessel, and he shall take of the dust that is on the floor of the tabernacle of witness, and the priest having taken it shall cast it into the water. And the priest shall cause the woman to stand before Yahuah, and shall uncover the head of the woman, and shall put into her hands the sacrifice of memorial, the sacrifice of jealousy, and in the hand of the priest shall be the water of this conviction that brings the curse. And the priest shall adjure her, and shall say to the woman, if no one has lain with thee, and if thou hast not transgressed so as to be polluted, being under the power of thy husband, be free from this water of the conviction that causes the curse. But if being a married woman thou hast transgressed or been polluted, and any one has lain with thee beside thy husband, then the priest shall adjure the woman by the oaths of this curse, and the priest shall say to the woman, Yahuah bring thee into a curse and under an oath in the midst of thy people, in that Yahuah should cause thy thigh to rot and thy belly to swell. And this water bringing the curse shall enter into thy womb to cause thy belly to swell and thy thigh to rot, and the woman shall say, so be it, so be it. And by the way, just a quick note, a lot of you know that our Messiah Yahusha took upon us the curse, and this is actually specifically one of those curses, the curse of the whoring bride. And if you research the crucifixion, because of the just utter pain, your thighs would swell, and your thighs would rot, and your belly would swell. That's just part of the process of being crucified. So, just something to think about some of just the pain that he went through for us. Verse 23, and the priest shall write these curses in a book, and shall blot them out with the water of the conviction that brings the curse. And he shall cause the woman to drink the water of the conviction that brings the curse, and the water of the conviction that brings the curse shall enter into her. And the priest shall take from the hand of the woman the sacrifice of jealousy, and shall present the sacrifice before Yahuah, and shall bring it to the altar, and the priest shall take a handful of the sacrifice as a memorial of it, and shall offer it up upon the altar, and afterward he shall cause the woman to drink the water. And it shall come to pass, if she be defiled and have altogether escaped the notice of her husband, then the water of the conviction that brings the curse shall enter into her, and she shall swell in her belly, and her thighs shall rot, and the woman shall be for a curse in the midst of the people. But if the woman have not been polluted, and be clean, then shall she be guiltless, and shall conceive seed. This is the Torah of jealousy, wherein a married woman should happen to transgress and be defiled, or in the case of a man on whomsoever the spirit of jealousy should come, and he should be jealous of his wife, and he shall place his wife before Yahuah, and the priest shall execute towards her all this Torah. Then the man shall be clear from sin, and that woman shall bear her sin. Numbers chapter 6. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and thou shalt say to them, whatsoever man or woman shall specially vow a vow to separate oneself with purity to Yahuah, he shall purely abstain from wine and strong drink, and he shall drink no vinegar of wine or vinegar of strong drink, and whatsoever is made of the grape he shall not drink, neither shall he eat fresh grapes or raisins all the days of his vow. He shall eat no one of all the things that come from the vine, wine from the grape stones to the husk, all the days of his separation. A razor shall not come upon his head until the days be fulfilled which he vowed to Yahuah. He shall be holy, cherishing the long hair of the head, all the days of his vow to Yahuah. He shall not come nigh to any dead body, to his father or his mother, or to his brother or his sister. He shall not defile himself for them when they have died, because the vow of Elohim is upon him and on his head. And by the way, this is the Nazirite vow. All the days of his vow he shall be holy to Yahuah. And if anyone should die suddenly by him, immediately the head of his vow shall be defiled. He shall shave his head, in whatever day he shall be purified. On the 7th day he shall be shaved. And on the 8th day he shall bring 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, to the priest, to the door of the tabernacle of witness. And the priest shall offer one for a sin offering, and the other for a whole burnt offering. And the priest shall make atonement for him in the things wherein he sinned respecting to the dead body. And he shall sanctify his head in that day in which he was consecrated to Yahuah all the days of his vow. And he shall bring a lamb of a year old for a trespass offering, and the former days shall not be reckoned, because the head of his vow was polluted. And this is the Torah of him that has vowed. And whatever day he shall have fulfilled the days of his vow, he shall himself bring his gift to the doors of the tabernacle of witness, and he shall bring his gift to Yahuah, 1 he-lamb of a year old without blemish for a whole burnt offering, and 1 ewe-lamb for a year old without blemish for a sin offering, and 1 ram without blemish for a peace offering, and a basket of unleavened bread of fine flour, even loaves of kneaded oil, and unleavened cakes anointed with oil, and their meat offering, and their drink offering. And the priest shall bring them before Yahuah, and shall offer his sin offering, and his whole burnt offering, and he shall offer the ram as a sacrifice of peace offering to Yahuah, with the basket of unleavened bread, and the priest shall offer its meat offering and its drink offering. And he that has vowed shall shave the head of his consecration by the doors of the tabernacle of witness, and shall put the hairs of the fire which is under the sacrifice of peace offering. And the priest shall take the sodden shoulder of the ram, and 1 unleavened loaf from the basket, and 1 unleavened cake, and shall put them on the hands of the votary after he has shaved off his holy hair. And the priest shall present them as an offering before Yahuah. It shall be the holy portion for the priest beside the breast of the heave offering, and beside the shoulder of the wave offering, and afterwards the votary shall drink the wine. This is the Torah of the votary who shall have vowed to Yahuah his gift to Yahuah concerning his vow, beside what he may be able to afford according to the value of his vow, which he may have vowed according to the Torah of separation. Nazarite. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to Aharon and to his sons, saying, Thus ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying to them, Yahuah bless you and keep you. Yahuah make his face shine upon you, and be gracious, or have mercy upon you. Yahuah lift up his countenance upon you, and give you peace. Shalom. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I, Yahuah, will bless them. This is the priestly, the Aharonic blessing. While we're here, we'll do it in Hebrew. It's Yevarechecha Yahuah ve'yishmerecha Ya'er Yahuah panav elecha v'chuneka Yisa Yahuah panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom. Numbers chapter 7, Septuagint. And it came to pass in the day in which Moshe finished the setting up of the tabernacle that he anointed it and consecrated it and all its furniture, and the altar and all its furniture. He even anointed them and consecrated them. And the princes of Israel brought gifts, 12 princes of their fathers' houses. These were the heads of the tribes. These are they that presided over the numbering. And they brought their gift before Yahuah, 6 covered wagons and 12 oxen, a wagon from 2 princes, and a calf from each. And they brought them before the tabernacle. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Take of them, and they shall be for the works of the services of the tabernacle of witness. And thou shalt give them to the Levites, to each one according to his ministration. And Moshe took the wagons and the oxen, and gave them to the Levites. And he gave 2 wagons and 4 oxen to the sons of Gershon, according to their ministration. And 4 wagons and 8 oxen he gave to the sons of Merari, according to their ministrations, by Ithamar, the son of Aharon the priest. But to the sons of Kohath he gave them not, because they have the ministration of the sacred things. They shall bear them on their shoulders. And the rulers brought gifts for the dedication of the altar in the day in which he anointed it. And the rulers brought their gifts before the altar. And Yahuah said to Moshe, 1 chief each day they shall offer their gifts, a chief each day for the dedication of the altar. And he that offered his gift on the first day was Nason, the son of Amminadab, the prince of the tribe of Yehudah. And he brought his gift, 1 silver charger of 130 shekels was its weight, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels according to the holy shekel, both full of fine flour kneaded with oil for a meat offering, 1 golden censer of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 calf of the herd, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb of a year old for a whole burnt offering, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 heifers, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 ewe lambs of a year old. This was the gift of Naasson, the son of Amminadab. On the second day, Nathaniel, the son of Sogar, the prince of the tribe of Issachar, brought his offering. And he brought his gift, 1 silver charger, its weight 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels according to the holy shekel, both full of fine flour, kneaded with oil for a meat offering, 1 censer of 10 golden shekels, full of incense, 1 calf of the herd, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb of a year old for a whole burnt offering, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice, a peace offering, 2 heifers, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 ewe lambs of a year old. This was the gift of Nathaniel, the son of Sogar. On the third day, the prince of the sons of Zabulon, Eliab, the son of Chelon, he brought his gift, 1 silver charger, its weight 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the holy shekel, both full of fine flour, kneaded with oil for a meat offering, 1 golden censer of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 calf of the herd, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb of a year old for a whole burnt offering, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 heifers, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 ewe lambs of a year old. This was the gift of Eliab, son of Chelon. On the fourth day, Elishur, the son of Sedur, the prince of the children of Reuben, he brought his gift, 1 silver charger, its weight 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels according to the holy shekel, both full of fine flour, kneaded with oil for a meat offering, 1 golden censer of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 calf of the herd, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb of a year old for a whole burnt offering, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 heifers, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 ewe lambs of a year old. This was the gift of Elishur, the son of Sedur. On the fifth day, the prince of the children of Simeon, Salamiel, the son of Surushaddai, he brought his gift, 1 silver charger, its weight 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels according to the holy shekel, both full of fine flour, kneaded with oil for a meat offering, 1 golden censer of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 calf of the herd, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb of a year old for a whole burnt offering, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 heifers, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 ewe lambs of a year old. This was the gift of Salamiel, the son of Surushaddai. On the sixth day, the prince of the sons of Gad, Elisaph, the son of Raguel, he brought his gift, 1 silver charger, its weight 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels according to the holy shekel, both full of fine flour, kneaded with oil for a meat offering, 1 golden censer of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 calf of the herd, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb of a year old for a whole burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 heifers, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 ewe lambs of a year old. This was the gift of Elisaph, the son of Raguel. On the seventh day, the prince of the sons of Ephraim, Elishama, the son of Amiud, he brought his gift, 1 silver charger, its weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the holy shekel, both full of fine flour, kneaded with oil for a meat offering, 1 golden censer of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 calf of the herd, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb of a year old for a whole burnt offering, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 heifers, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 ewe lambs of a year old. This was the gift of Elishama, the sons of Amiud. On the eighth day, the prince of the sons of Manasseh, Gamaliel, the sons of Fadashur, he brought his gift, 1 silver charger, its weight 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels according to the holy shekel, both full of fine flour, mingled with oil for a meat offering, 1 golden censer of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 calf of the herd, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb of a year old for a whole burnt offering, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 heifers, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 ewe lambs of a year old. This was the gift of Gamaliel, the son of Fadashur. On the ninth day, the prince of the sons of Benjamin, Abidan, the son of Gideoni, he brought his gift, 1 silver charger, its weight 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels according to the holy shekel, both full of fine flour, mingled with oil for a meat offering, 1 golden censer of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 calf of the herd, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb of a year old for a whole burnt offering, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offering, 2 heifers, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 ewe lambs of a year old. This was the gift of Abidan, the son of Gideoni. On the 10th day, the prince of the sons of Dan, Achiezer, the son of Amisadai, he brought his gift, 1 silver charger, its weight 130 shekels. 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels according to the holy shekel, both full of fine flour, kneaded with oil for a meat offering, 1 golden censer of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 calf of the herd, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb of a year old for a whole burnt offering, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 heifers, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 ewe-lambs of a year old. This was the gift of Achiezer, the son of Amisadai. On the 11th day, the prince of the sons of Asher, Phagiel, the sons of Echron, or son of Echron, he brought his gift, 1 silver charger, its weight 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the holy shekel, both of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering. 1 golden censer of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 calf of the herd, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb of a year old for a whole burnt offering, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 heifers, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 ewe-lambs of a year old. This was the gift of Phagiel, the son of Echron. On the 12th day, the prince of the sons of Naphtali, Achier, the son of Inan, he brought his gift, 1 silver charger, its weight 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the holy shekel, both full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering. 1 golden censer of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 calf of the herd, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb of a year old for a whole burnt offering, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offering, 2 heifers, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 ewe-lambs of a year old. This was the gift of Achier, the son of Inan. All right. This was the dedication of the altar in the day in which Moshe anointed it by the princes of the sons of Israel, 12 silver chargers, 12 silver bowls, 12 golden censers, each charger of 130 shekels, each bowl of 70 shekels. All the silver of the vessels was 2,400 shekels, the shekel according to the holy shekel. 12 golden censers full of incense, all the gold of the shekels, 120 shekels. All the cattle for whole burnt offerings, 12 calves, 12 rams, 12 he-lambs of a year old, and their meat offerings, and their drink offerings, and 12 kid of the goats for sin offerings. All the cattle for a sacrifice of peace offering, 24 heifers, 60 rams, 60 he-goats of a year old, 60 ewe-lambs of a year old without blemish. This is the dedication of the altar. After that Moshe consecrated Aharon, and after he anointed him. When Moshe went into the tabernacle of witness to speak to Elohim, then he heard the voice of Yahuah speaking to him from off the mercy seat, which is upon the ark of the testimony, between the 2 cherubs, and he spoke to him. All right, Numbers chapter 8. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to Aharon, and thou shalt say to him, Whenever thou shalt set the lamps in order, the 7 lamps shall give light opposite the candlestick. And Aharon did so. On one side opposite the candlestick he lighted its lamps, as Yahuah appointed Moshe. And this is the construction of the candlestick. It is solid, golden, its stem, and its lilies, all solid, according to the pattern which Yahuah showed Moshe. So he made the candlestick. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Take the Levites out of the midst of the children of Israel, and thou shalt purify them, and thus shalt thou perform their purification. Thou shalt sprinkle them with water of purification, and a razor shall come upon the whole of their body. They shall wash their garments, and shall be clean. And they shall take 1 calf of the herd and its meat offering, fine flour mingled with oil. And thou shalt take a calf of a year old of the herd for a sin offering. And thou shalt bring the Levites before the tabernacle of witness. And thou shalt assemble all the congregation of the sons of Israel. And thou shalt bring the Levites before Yahuah. And the sons of Israel shall lay their hands upon the Levites. And Aharon shall separate the Levites for a gift before Yahuah from the children of Israel. And they shall be prepared to perform the works of Yahuah. And the Levites shall lay their hands on the heads of the calves, and thou shalt offer 1 for a sin offering, and thou shalt offer a whole burnt offering before Yahuah to make an atonement for them. And thou shalt set the Levites before Yahuah, and before Aharon, and before his sons, and thou shalt give them as a gift before Yahuah, and thou shalt separate the Levites from the midst of the sons of Israel, and they shall be mine. And afterwards the Levites shall go in to perform the works of the tabernacle of witness, and thou shalt purify them, and present them before Yahuah. For these are given to me for a present out of the midst of the children of Israel. I have taken them to myself instead of all the firstborn of the sons of Israel that open every womb. For the firstborn among the children of Israel is mine, whether of man or beast. In the day in which I smote every firstborn in the land of Egypt, I sanctified them to myself. And I took the Levites in the place of every firstborn among the children of Israel. And I gave the Levites presented as a gift to Aaron and his sons out of the midst of the children of Israel, to do the service of the children of Israel in the tabernacle of witness, and to make atonement for the children of Israel. Thus there shall be none among the sons of Israel to draw nigh to the holy things. And Moshe and Aaron and all the congregation of the children of Israel did to the Levites as Yahuah commanded Moshe concerning the Levites. So the sons of Israel did to them. So the Levites purified themselves and washed their garments, and Aaron presented them as a gift before Yahuah. And Aaron made atonement for them to purify them. And afterwards the Levites went in to minister in their service in the tabernacle of witness before Aaron and before his sons, as Yahuah appointed Moshe concerning the Levites, so they did to them. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, This is the ordinance for the Levites. From 25 years old and upward they shall go in to minister in the tabernacle of witness. And from 50 years old the Levite shall cease from the ministry, and shall not work any longer. And his brother shall serve in the tabernacle of witness to keep charges, but he shall not do works. So shalt thou do to the Levites in their charges. Book of Numbers, chapter 9, Septuagint version. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe in the wilderness of Sinai in the 2nd year after they had gone forth from the land of Egypt in the 1st month, saying, Speak, and let the children of Israel keep the Passover in its season. On the 14th day of the 1st month at even, thou shalt keep it in its season, and thou shalt keep it according to its Torah, according to its ordinance. And Moshe ordered the children of Israel to sacrifice the Passover on the 14th day of the 1st month in the wilderness of Sinai, as Yahuah appointed Moshe. So the children of Israel did. And there came men who were unclean by reason of a dead body, and they were not able to keep the Passover on that day. And they came before Moshe and Aaron on that day. And those men said to Moshe, We are unclean by reason of the dead body of a man. Shall we therefore fail to offer the gift to Yahuah in its season in the midst of the children of Israel? And Moshe said to them, Stand there, and I will hear what charge Yahuah will give concerning you. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, Whatever man shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or on a journey far off among you, or among your posterity, he shall then keep the Passover to Yahuah in the 2nd month, on the 14th day. In the evening they shall offer it. With unleavened bread and bitter herbs shall they eat it. They shall not leave of it until the morrow, and they shall not break a bone of it. They shall sacrifice it according to the ordinance of the Passover. And whatsoever man shall be clean, and is not far off on a journey, and shall fail to keep the Passover, that soul shall be cut off from his people, because he has not offered the gift to Yahuah in its season. That man shall bear his iniquity. And if it shall come to you a stranger in your land, and shall keep the Passover to Yahuah, he shall keep it according to the Torah of the Passover, and according to its ordinance. There shall be one Torah for you, both for the stranger and for the native of the land. And in the day in which the tabernacle was pitched, the cloud covered the tabernacle, the place of the testimony. And in the evening there was upon the tabernacle as the appearance of fire till the morning. So it was continually. And the cloud covered by day, and the appearance of fire by night. And when the cloud went up from the tabernacle, then after that the children of Israel departed. And in whatever place the cloud rested, there the children of Israel encamped. The children of Israel shall encamp by the command of Yahuah, and by the command of Yahuah they shall remove. All the days in which the cloud overshadows the tabernacle, the children of Israel shall encamp. And whenever the cloud shall be drawn over the tabernacle for many days, then the children of Israel shall keep the charge of Elohim, and they shall not remove. And it shall be, whenever the cloud overshadows the tabernacle, a number of days, they shall encamp by the word of Yahuah, and shall remove by the command of Yahuah. And it shall come to pass, whenever the cloud shall remain from evening till the morning, and in the morning the cloud shall go up, then shall they remove by day or by night. When the cloud continues, a full month overshadowing the tabernacle, the children of Israel shall encamp and shall not depart. For they shall depart by the command of Yahuah. They kept the charge of Yahuah by the command of Yahuah, by the hand of Moshe. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Numbers, chapter 10. Actually, give me a second. Numbers, chapter 10, Septuagint. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Make to thyself 2 silver trumpets, and thou shalt make them of beaten work. And they shall be to thee for a purpose of calling the assembly, and of removing the camps. And thou shalt sound with them, and all the congregation shall be gathered to the door of the tabernacle of witness. And they shall sound with one All the rulers, even the princes of Israel, shall come to thee. And ye shall sound an alarm, and the camps pitched eastward shall begin to move. And ye shall sound a second alarm, and the camps pitched southward shall move. And ye shall sound a third alarm, and the camps pitched westward shall move forward. And ye shall sound a fourth alarm, and they that encamp toward the north shall move forward. And they shall sound an alarm at their departure. And whenever ye shall gather the assembly, ye shall sound, but not an alarm. And the priests, the sons of Aharon, shall sound with the trumpets, and it shall be a perpetual ordinance for you throughout your generations. And if ye shall go forth to war in your land against your enemies that are opposite you, then shall ye sound with trumpets, and ye shall be had in remembrance before Yahuah, and ye shall be saved from your enemies. And in the days of your gladness, and in your feasts, and in your new moons, ye shall sound with the trumpets at your whole burnt offerings, and at the sacrifices of your peace offerings. And there shall be a memorial for you before Yahuah, before your Elohim. I am Yahuah, your Elohim. And it came to pass in the 2nd year, in the 2nd month, on the 20th day of the month, the cloud went up from the tabernacle of witness. And the children of Israel set forward with their baggage in the wilderness of Sinai, and the cloud rested in the wilderness of Paran. And the first rank departed by the word of Yahuah, by the hand of Moshe. and they first set in motion the order of the camp of the children of Yehudah with their host, and over their host was Naason, the son of Amminadab. And over the host of the tribe of the sons of Issachar was Nathaniel, son of Sogar. And over the host of the tribe of Zabulon was Eliab, son of Chelon. And they shall take down the tabernacle, and the sons of Gitson shall set forward, the sons of Merari, who bear the tabernacle. And the order of the camp of Reuben set forward with their host, and over their host was Elishur, the son of Sidur. And over the host of the tribe of the sons of Simeon was Salamiel, the son of Sherushadai. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Gad was Elisaph, the son of Raguel. And the sons of Kohath shall set forward, bearing the holy things. And the others shall set up the tabernacle until they arrive. And the order of the camp of Ephraim shall set forward with their forces. And over their forces was Elisama, the son of Semiud. And over the forces of the tribe of the sons of Manasseh were Gamaliel, the son of Phaddasur. And over the forces of the tribe of the children of Benjamin was Abidan, the son of Galeoni. And the order of the camp of the sons of Dan shall set forward the last of all the camps with their forces, and over their forces was Achiezer, the son of Ammisaddai. And over the forces of the tribes of the sons of Asher was Phagiel, the son of Echron. And over the forces of the tribes of the sons of Naphtali was Achier, the sons of Enan. These are the armies of the children of Israel, and they set forward with their forces. And Moshe said to Obab, the son of Raguel, the Midianite, the father-in-law of Moshe, We are going forward to the place concerning which Yahuah said, This will I give you, come with us, and we will do thee good. For Yahuah has spoken good concerning Israel. And he said to him, I will not go, but I will go to my land and to my kindred. And he said, Leave us not, because thou hast been with us in the wilderness, and thou shalt be an elder among us. And it shall come to pass, if thou wilt go with us, it shall even come to pass that in whatsoever things Yahuah shall do us good, we will also do thee good. And they departed from the mount of Yahuah a 3 days' journey, and the ark of the covenant of Yahuah went present before them a 3 days' journey to provide rest for them. And it came to pass, when the ark set forward, that Moshe said, Arise, O Yahuah, and let thine enemies be scattered. Let all that hate thee flee. And in the resting he said, Turn again, O Yahuah, the thousands and tens of thousands in Israel. And the cloud overshadowed them by day when they departed from the camp. And actually, excuse me, I noticed something new here that I've never seen, and I want to just take a quick note. Praise Yah. All right, praise Yah. All right, Numbers chapter 11. Here we go. And the people murmured sinfully before Yahuah. And Yahuah heard them and was very angry. And fire was kindled among them from Yahuah and devoured a part of the camp. And the people cried to Moshe, and Moshe prayed to Yahuah, and the fire was quenched. And the name of that place was called Burning, for a fire was kindled among them from Yahuah. And the mixed multitude among them lusted exceedingly. And they and the children of Israel sat down and wept and said, Who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we ate in Egypt freely, and the cucumbers, and the melons, and the leeks, and the garlic, and the onions. But now our soul is dried up. our eyes turned to nothing but to the manna. And the manna is as coriander seed, and the appearance of it, the appearance of hoarfrost. Like frost on the ground. And the people went through the field and gathered and ground it in the mill, or pounded it in mortar and baked it in a pan and made cakes of it. And the sweetness of it was as the taste of a wafer made with oil. And when the dew came upon the camp by night, the manna came down upon it. And Moshe heard them weeping by their families, every one in his door. And Yahuah was very angry, and the thing was evil in the sight of Moshe. And Moshe said to Yahuah, Why hast thou afflicted thy servant? And why have I not found grace in thy sight, that thou shouldst lay the weight of this people upon me? Have I conceived all this people? Or have I borne them, that thou sayest to me, Take them into thy bosom, as a nurse would take her suckling into the land which thou swearest to their fathers? Whence have I flesh to give all this people? For they weep to me, saying, Give us flesh, that we may eat. I shall not be able to bear this people alone, for this thing is too heavy for me. And if thou dost this to me, slay me utterly. For if I have found favor with thee, that I may not see my affliction. And Yahuah said to Moshe, Gather me 70 men from the elders of Israel, whom thou thyself knowest that they are the elders of the people, and their scribes, and thou shalt bring them to the tabernacle of witness, and they shall stand there with thee. And I will go down and speak there with thee, and I will take of the Spirit that is upon you, and will put it upon them. And they shall bear together with you the burden of the people. And thou shalt not bear them alone. And to the people thou shalt say, Purify yourselves for the morrow, and ye shall eat flesh. For you wept before Yahuah, saying, Who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us in Egypt, and Yahuah shall allow you to eat flesh, and ye shall eat flesh. Ye shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, nor 10 days, nor 20 days. Ye shall eat for a full month, until the flesh come out at your nostrils, and it shall be a nausea to you, because ye disobeyed Yahuah who was among you, and wept before him, saying, What had we to do to come out of Egypt? And Moshe said, The people among who I am are 600,000 footmen, and thou saidst, I will give them flesh to eat, and they shall eat a whole month. Shall sheep and oxen be slain for them? And shall it suffice them? Or shall all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them? And shall it suffice them? And Yahuah said to Moshe, Shall not the hand of Yahuah be fully sufficient? Now shalt thou know whether my word shall come to pass or not. And Moshe went out and spoke the words of Yahuah to the people, and he gathered 70 men of the elders of the people, and he set them round about the tabernacle. And Yahuah came down in a cloud and spoke to him, and took of the Spirit that was upon him, and put it upon the 70 men that were elders. When the Spirit rested upon them, and they prophesied and ceased, and there were 2 men left in the camp. The name of the one was Eldad, and the name of the other was Modad. And the Spirit rested upon them, and these were of the number of them that were enrolled, but they did not come to the tabernacle, and they prophesied in the camp. And a young man ran and told Moshe and spoke, saying, Eldad and Modad prophesy in the camp. And Yahusha the son of Nun, who attended Moshe, the chosen one, said, My lord, Moshe, forbid them. And Moshe said to him, Art thou jealous on my account? And would that all Yahuah's people were prophets. Whenever Yahuah shall put his Spirit upon them. And Moshe departed into the camp, himself and the elders of Israel. And there went forth a wind from Yahuah, and brought quails over from the sea, and it brought them down upon the camp a day's journey on this side, and a day's journey on that side, round about the camp, as it were 2 cubits from the earth. And the people rose up all the day, and all the night, and all the next day, and gathered quails. He that gathered least gathered 10 measures, and they refreshed themselves round about the camp. The flesh was yet between their teeth before it failed, when Yahuah was wroth with the people, and Yahuah smote the people with a very great plague. And the name of that place was called the Graves of Lust, for there they buried the people that lusted. The people departed from the graves of lust to Asaroth, and the people halted at Asaroth. Actually, I want to take one more note. Wow, this is great. This is some good stuff. We'll go over the Torah portions coming back up again. All right, Numbers chapter 12. And Miriam and Aharon spoke against Moshe because of the Ethiopian woman whom Moshe took, for he had taken an Ethiopian woman. And they said, Has Yahuah spoken to Moshe only? Has he not also spoken to us? And Yahuah heard it. And the man Moshe was very meek beyond all the men that were upon the earth. And Yahuah said immediately to Moshe and Aharon and to Miriam, Come forth, all three of you, to the tabernacle of witness. And the three came forth to the tabernacle of witness. And Yahuah descended in a pillar of a cloud, and stood at the door of the tabernacle of witness. And Aharon and Miriam were called, and both came forth. And he said to them, Hear my words. If there should be of you a prophet to Yahuah, I will be made known to him in a vision, and in sleep will I speak to him. My servant Moshe is not so. He is faithful in all my house. I will speak to him mouth to mouth, apparently, and not in dark speeches. He has seen the glory of Yahuah. And why were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moshe? And the great anger of Yahuah was upon them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam was leprous, white as snow. And Aharon looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aharon said to Moshe, I beseech thee, my lord, do not lay sin upon us, for we were ignorant wherein we sinned. Let her not be as it were like death, as an abortion coming out of his mother's womb. Well, that's interesting. As an abortion coming out of his mother's womb. That's different. When the disease devours half the flesh. And Moshe cried to Yahuah, saying, O Elohim, I beseech thee, heal her. And Yahuah said to Moshe, If her father had only spit in her face, would she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be set apart 7 days without the camp, and afterward she shall come in. And Miriam was separated without the camp 7 days, and the people moved not forward till Miriam was cleansed. And afterwards the people set forth from Asaroth, and encamped in the wilderness of Paran. Numbers chapter 13. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Send for thee men, and let them spy the land of the Canaanites, which I will give to the sons of Israel for a possession, 1 man for a tribe. Thou shalt send them away according to their families, every one of them a prince. And Moshe sent them out of the wilderness of Paran by the word of Yahuah. All these were the princes of the sons of Israel, and these are their armies. These are the names of the tribe of Reuben, Samuel, the son of Zakur; of the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat, the son of Surai; of the tribe of Yehudah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh; of the tribe of Issachar, Elal, the son of Yosef; of the tribe of Ephraim, Aus, the son of Nun; of the tribe of Benjamin, Paltai, the son of Raphu; of the tribe of Zabulon, Gudiel, the son of Sudai; of the tribe of Yosef, the sons of Manasseh, Gadai, the son of Susai; of the tribe of Dan, Amiel, the son of Gamali; of the tribe of Asher, Sathur, the son of Mikael; of the tribe of Naphtali, Nabi, the son of Sabi; of the tribe of Gad, Gudiel, the son of Maki. These are the names of the men whom Moshe sent out to spy the land. And Moshe called Ose, the son of Nun, Yahusha, the son of Nun, Yahusha, Joshua. And Moshe sent them out to spy the land of Canaan. And he said to them, Go up by this wilderness, and ye shall go up to the mountain, and ye shall see the land, what it is, and the people that dwells on it, whether it is strong or weak, or whether they are few or many, and what the land is on which they dwell, whether it is good or bad, and what the cities are wherein these dwell, whether they dwell in walled cities or unwalled, and what the land is, whether rich or poor, whether there are trees in it or no. And ye shall preserve and take of the fruits of the land. And the days were the days of the spring, the forerunners of the grape. And they went up and surveyed the land from the wilderness of Sin to Rehob, as men go into Emath. And they went up by the wilderness, and departed as far as Hebron. And there was Achiman, and Sisai, and Thalamai, the progeny of Enak. Now Hebron was built 7 years before Tanin in Egypt. And they came to the valley of the cluster, and surveyed it. And they cut down thence a bow, and 1 cluster of grapes upon it, and bore it on staves. They took of the pomegranates and the figs, and they called that place the valley of the cluster, because of the cluster which the children of Israel cut down from thence. And they returned from thence, having surveyed the land after 40 days. And they proceeded and came to Moshe and Aharon and all the congregation of the children of Israel to the wilderness of Paran, Kadesh. And they brought word to them and all the congregation, and they showed the fruit of the land. And they reported to him and said, We came into the land into which thou sentest us, a land flowing with milk and honey. And this is the fruit of it. Only the nation that dwells upon it is bold, and they have a very great and strong walled towns. And we saw there the children of Anak, the Anakim. And Amalek dwells in the land toward the south, and the Hittite, and the Evite, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite dwells in the hill country, and the Canaanite dwells by the sea and by the river Jordan. And Caleb stayed the people from speaking before Moshe and said to him, Nay, but we will go up by all means and will inherit it, for we shall surely prevail against them. By the men that went up together with him and said, We will not go up, for we shall not by any means be able to go up against the nation, for it is much stronger than we. And they brought a horror of that land which they surveyed upon the children of Israel, saying, The land which we passed by to survey it, it is a land that eats up its inhabitants, and all the people whom we saw in it are men of extraordinary stature. And there we saw the giants, and we were before them as locusts, yet even so we were before them. Numbers chapter 14. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept all that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moshe and Aharon, and all the congregation said to them, Would we had died in the land of Egypt, or in this wilderness? Would that we had died! And why does Yahuah bring us into this land to fall in war? Our wives and our children shall be for a prey. Now then, it is better to return to Egypt. And they said one to another, Let us make a ruler and return into Egypt. And Moshe and Aharon fell upon their faces before all the congregation of the children of Israel. But Yahusha the son of Nun and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, of the number of them that spied out the land, rent their garments, and spoke to all the congregation of the children of Israel, saying, The land which we surveyed is indeed extremely good. If Yahuah choose us, he will bring us into this land, and give it to us, a land which flows with milk and honey. Only depart not from Yahuah, and fear ye not the people of the land, for they are meat for us. For the season of prosperity is departed from them. But Yahuah is among us, fear them not. And all the congregation bade stone them with stones, and the glory of Yahuah appeared in the cloud of the tabernacle of witness to all the children of Israel. And Yahuah said to Moshe, How long does this people provoke me? And how long do they refuse to believe me? For all the signs which I have wrought among them, I will smite them with death and destroy them. I will make of thee and of thy father's house a great nation, and much greater than this. And Moshe said to Yahuah, So Egypt shall hear, for thou hast brought up this people from them by night. Moreover, all the dwellers upon this land have heard that thou art Yahuah in the midst of this people, who, O Yahuah, art seen by them face to face, and thy cloud rests upon them. And thou goest forth before them by day in a pillar of cloud, and by night in a pillar of fire. If thou shalt destroy this nation as one man, then all the nations that have heard thy name shall speak, saying, Because Yahuah could not bring his people into the land which he sware to them, because he has overthrown them in the wilderness. And now, O Yahuah, let thy strength be exalted, as thou speakest, saying, Yahuah is long-suffering and merciful and true in removing transgressions and iniquities and sins, and he will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the sins of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generation. Forgive this people their sin according to thy great mercy, as thou wast favorable to them from Egypt until now. This is awesome. This is just why Yahuah spoke to Moshe, right? This is why Yahuah chose Moshe. And Yahuah said to Moshe, I am gracious to them according to thy word. But as I live, and my name is living, so the glory of Yahuah shall fill all the earth. For all the men who see my glory and the signs which I wrought in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me this 10th time, and have not hearkened to my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swear to their fathers. But their children, which are with me here, as many as know not good or evil, every inexperienced youth, to them will I give the land. But none who have provoked me shall see it, but my servant Caleb, because there was another spirit in him. He followed me. I will bring him into the land into which he entered, and his seed shall inherit it. But Amalek and the Canaanite dwell in the valley. Tomorrow turn and depart for the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe and Aharon, saying, How long shall I endure this wicked generation? I have heard their murmurings against me, even the murmuring of the children of Israel, which they have murmured concerning you. Say to them, As I live, saith Yahuah, surely as ye spoke into my ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all those of you that were reviewed, and those of you that were numbered from 20 years old and upward, all that murmured against me, ye shall not enter into the land for which I stretched out my hand to establish you upon it, except only Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and Yahusha the son of Nun. And your little ones, who you said should be a prey, them will I bring into the land, and they shall inherit it, which ye rejected. And your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and your sons shall be fed in the wilderness 40 years, and they shall bear your fornication until your carcasses be consumed in the wilderness, according to the number of the days during which ye spied the land, 40 days, a day for a year. Ye shall bear your sins 40 years, and ye shall know my fierce anger, I, Yahuah, have spoken. Surely will I do thus to this evil generation that has risen up together against me in this wilderness. They shall be utterly consumed, and there they shall die. And the men whom Moshe sent to spy out the land, and who came in and murmured against it to the assembly, so as to bring out evil words concerning the land, the men that spoke evil reports against the land even died of the plague before Yahuah. And Yahusha the son of Nun and Caleb the son of Jephunneh still lived of those men that went to spy out the land. And Moshe spoke these words to all the children of Israel, and the people mourned exceedingly. And they rose early in the morning and went up to the top of the mountain, saying, Behold, we that are here will go up to the place which Yahuah has spoken, because we have sinned. And Moshe said, Why do ye transgress the word of Yahuah? Ye shall not prosper. Go not up, for Yahuah is not with you. So shall you fall before the face of your enemies, for Amalek and the Canaanite are there before you. And ye shall fall by the sword, because ye have disobeyed Yahuah and turned aside. And Yahuah will not be among you. And having forced their passage, they went up to the top of the mountain. But the ark of the covenant and Yahuah and Moshe stirred not out of the camp. And Amalek and the Canaanite that dwelt in that mountain came down and routed them and destroyed them unto Hermon, and they returned to the camp. Big chapter. Actually, the next two are big ones. The whole book is. Numbers chapter 15. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and thou shalt say to them, When ye are come into the land of your habitation, which I give to you, thou wilt offer whole burnt offerings to Yahuah, a whole burnt offering, or a meat offering to perform a vow, or a freewill offering, or to offer in your feast a sacrifice of sweet savor to Yahuah, whether of the herd or the flock. Then he that offers his gift to Yahuah shall bring a meat offering of fine flour, a 10th part of an ephah mingled with oil, even with a 4th part of a hin. And for a drink offering ye shall offer the 4th part of a hin on the whole burnt offering, or on the meat offering. For every lamb thou shalt offer so much as a sacrifice, a smell of sweet savor to Yahuah. And for a ram, when ye offer it as a whole burnt offering or as a sacrifice, thou shalt prepare as a meat offering 2/10 of fine flour mingled with oil, the 3rd part of a hin. And ye shall offer for a smell of sweet savor to Yahuah wine for a drink offering, the 3rd part of a hin. And if ye sacrifice a bullock from the herd for a whole burnt offering, or for a sacrifice to perform a vow or a peace offering to Yahuah, then the worshipper shall offer upon the calf a meat offering, 3/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, even the half of a hin, and wine for a drink offering, the half of a hin, a sacrifice for a smell of sweet savor to Yahuah. Thus shalt thou do to one calf, or to one ram, or to one lamb of the sheep, or of the kid of the goats, according to the number of what ye shall offer. So shall ye do to each according to their number. Every native of the country shall do, and thus to offer such things as sacrifices a sweet smell of savor to Yahuah. And if there should be a stranger among you in your land, or one who shall be born among you in your generations, and he will offer a sacrifice, a smell of sweet savor to Yahuah, as ye do, so the whole congregation shall offer to Yahuah. This is what I wish that every believer would understand. There shall be one Torah for you and for the strangers abiding among you, a perpetual Torah for your generations, as ye are. So shall the stranger be before Yahuah. There shall be one Torah and one ordinance for you and for the stranger that abides among you. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel, and thou shalt say to them, When ye are entering into the land in which I bring you, then it shall come to pass, when ye shall eat of the bread of the land, ye shall separate a wave offering, a special offering to Yahuah, the first fruits of your dough. Ye shall offer your bread a heave offering, as a heave offering from the threshing floor, so shall ye separate it, even the first fruits of your dough, and ye shall give Yahuah a heave offering throughout your generations. But whensoever ye shall transgress, and not perform all these commands, which Yahuah spoke to Moshe, but as Yahuah appointed you by the hand of Moshe, from the day which Yahuah appointed you, and forward throughout your generations, then it shall come to pass, if a trespass be committed unwillingly, unknown to the congregation, then shall all the congregation offer a calf of the herd without blemish for a whole burnt offering of sweet savor to Yahuah, and its meat offering and its drink offering according to the ordinance, and one kid of the goats for a sin offering. And the priest shall make atonement for all the congregation of the children of Israel. The trespass shall be forgiven them, because it is involuntary, and they have brought their gift, a burnt offering to Yahuah for their trespass before Yahuah. even for their involuntary sins, and it shall be forgiven as respects all the congregation of the children of Israel, and the stranger that is abiding among you, because it is involuntary to all the people. And if one soul sin unwillingly, he shall bring one she-goat of a year old for a sin offering, and the priest shall make atonement for the soul that committed the trespass unwillingly, and that sinned unwillingly before Yahuah, to make atonement for him. There shall be one Torah for the native among the children of Israel, and for the stranger that abides among them, whosoever shall commit a trespass unwillingly. And whatever soul, either of the natives or of the strangers, shall do anything with a presumptuous hand, he will provoke Elohim. That soul shall be cut off from his people, for he has set at naught the word of Yahuah and broken his commands. That soul shall be utterly destroyed. His sin is upon him. And the children of Israel were in the wilderness, and they found a man gathering sticks on the Sabbath day. And they who found him gathering sticks on the Sabbath day brought him to Moshe and Aharon, and to all the congregation of the children of Israel. And they placed him in custody, for they did not determine what they should do to him. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Let the man be by all means put to death. Do ye, all the congregation, stone him with stones. And all the congregation brought him forth out of the camp, and all the congregation stoned him with stones outside the camp, as Yahuah commanded Moshe. Here's a big one for all you out there. If you're new, this is for you. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and thou shalt tell them, and let them make for themselves fringes, also known as tzitzit. Make for themselves fringes upon the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and ye shall put upon the fringes of the border a lace of blue, and it shall be in your fringes, and ye shall look on them, and ye shall remember all the commands of Yahuah, and do them, and ye shall not turn back after your imaginations, after the sight of your eyes, and the things after which ye go whoring, that you may remember and perform all my commands, and ye shall be holy unto your Elohim. I am Yahuah, your Elohim, that brought you out of the land of Egypt, to be your Elohim. I am Yahuah, your Elohim. And if you're new, it's these little fringes, they're called tassels, fringes, tzitzit, and you'll notice they are for all the children. It's not just for men. Some people think it's just for men, but it's for actually all the children of the Most High that believe and keep his commandments, and it's a blessing to wear. And as it says, it's supposed to remind you to stay on his path and stay on his way, and not go your own way. So if you're not wearing any yet, consider it. It is part of Torah, and it's something that we can keep. As we go through this, there's like all these sacrifices and all these offerings, and you're like, okay, well, we know that Messiah Yahusha was offered, so when we go, all that stuff we don't need to do, because Messiah Yahusha is our offering, but we offer our offerings in a different way, in our praise, in our prayers. They're offered as incense before him, doing well to one another. This is a well-pleasing sacrifice. A pure and a contrite heart is something that he'll never despise, and all these different things. So, but when we do go through the Torah and we find things that we can do, something like this, you're just like, how can we look at it and be like, eh. So if you aren't wearing any tassels or fringes or tzitzit yet, consider it, please. Now notice, right after this commandment, next chapter, this is the rebellion of Korah. He's like, yeah, okay, we're done. This is enough, right? Numbers chapter 16, and Korah, the son of Issar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, and Abiron, the sons of Eliab, and the son of Paleth, the son of Reuben, spoke, and rose up before Moshe, and 250 men of the sons of Israel, chiefs of the assembly, chosen counselors, and men of renown, they rose up against Moshe and Aharon, and said, let it be enough for you that all the congregation are holy, right? He's like, everybody's holy, anyways. And Yahuah is among them. And why do you set yourselves up against the congregation of Yahuah? And when Moshe heard it, he fell on his face. And he spoke to Korah and all his assembly, saying, Elohim has visited and known those that are his and whose are holy, and has brought them to himself. And whom has he chosen for himself? He has brought to himself. This do ye, take yourselves censers, Korah and all his company, and put fire on them, and put incense on them before Yahuah tomorrow. And it shall come to pass that the man whom Yahuah has chosen, he shall be holy. Let it be enough for you, ye sons of Levi. And Moshe said to Korah, "Hearken to me, you sons of Levi. Is it a little thing for you that the Elohim of Israel has separated you from the congregation of Israel and brought you near to himself to minister in the services of the tabernacle of Yahuah and to stand before the tabernacle to minister for them? And he has brought you near, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee. And do you seek to be priests also? Thus it is with thee and all thy congregation which is gathered against Elohim. And who is Aharon that you murmur against him?" And Moshe sent Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and they said, "We will not go up. Is it a little thing that you hast brought us up to a land flowing with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness, and that thou altogether rule over us? Thou art a prince, and hast brought us into a land flowing with milk and honey, and hast thou given us an inheritance of land and vineyards? Wouldst thou have put out the eyes of those men? We will not go up." And Moshe was exceedingly indignant, and said to Yahuah, "Do thou take no heed to their sacrifice. I have not taken away the desire of any one of them, neither have I hurt any one of them." And Moshe said to Korah, "Sanctify the company, and be ready before Yahuah, you and Aharon and they tomorrow. And each man take his censer, and shall put incense upon them, and shall bring each one his censer before Yahuah, 250 censers. And you and Aharon shall bring each his censer." And each man took a censer, and they put fire on them, and laid incense on them. And Moshe and Aharon stood by the doors of the tabernacle of witness. And Korah raised up against them all his company by the door of the tabernacle of witness. And the glory of Yahuah appeared to all the congregation. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe and Aharon, saying, "Separate yourselves from the midst of the congregation, and I'll consume them at once." And they fell on their faces and said, "O Elohim, the Elohim of the Spirit and all flesh, if one man has sinned, shall the wrath of Yahuah be upon the whole congregation?" And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, "Speak to the congregation, saying, Depart from the company of Korah round about." And Moshe rose up and went to Dathan and Abiram and all the elders of Israel with him. And he spoke to the congregation, saying, "Separate yourselves from the tents of those stubborn men, and touch nothing that belongs to them, lest ye be consumed with them in all their sin." And they stood aloof from the tent of Korah round about. And Dathan and Abiram went forth and stood by the doors of their tents, and their wives and their children and their store. And Moshe said, "Hereby shall ye know that Yahuah has sent me to perform all these works, that I have not done them of myself. If these men shall die according to the death of all men, if also their visitation shall be according to the visitation of all men, then Yahuah has not sent me. But if Yahuah shall show by a wonder, and the earth shall open her mouth and swallow them up, and their houses and their tents, and all that belongs to them, and they all shall go down alive into Hades, then ye shall know that these men have provoked Yahuah." And when he ceased speaking all these words, the ground clave asunder beneath them, and the ground opened and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all men that were with Korah, and their cattle, and they went down, all that they had, alive into Hades, and the ground covered them, and they perished from the midst of the congregation. And all Israel round about them fled from the sound of them, for they said, "Lest the earth swallow us up also." And a fire went forth from Yahuah and devoured the 250 men that offered incense. Rebellion is tough. What is this? 1 Samuel 15 something say? It says stubbornness is as the sin of witchcraft. And oh my goodness. Hold on. All right, hold on. I know this is supposed to be just a reading, but hold on 1 second. Now that I said something. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay. I was close. So this just reminds me of Korah. It says, "For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of Yahuah, he has rejected you from being king." So this is specifically for Saul, but I really see that here in the uprising of Korah against Yahuah's chosen leadership. Like, we don't need leaders. We'll lead ourselves, All right, chapter 17. We're going to read 17 and 18, then we're going to take a few-minute break. "And Yahuah said to Moshe and to Eleazar, the son of Aharon the priest, Take up the brazen censers out of the midst of the men that have been burnt, and scatter the strange fire yonder, for they have sanctified the censers of these sinners against their own souls. And do thou make them beaten plates, a covering to the altar, because they were brought before Yahuah and hallowed. And they became a sign to the children of Israel. And Eleazar the son of Aharon took the priest took the brazen censers, which the men who had been burnt brought near, and they put them as a covering on the altar, a memorial to the children of Israel, that no stranger might draw nigh, who is not of the seed of Aharon, to offer incense before Yahuah. So he shall not be as Korah, and as they that conspired with him, as Yahuah spoke to him by the hand of Moshe. And the children of Israel murmured the next day against Moshe and Aharon, saying, Ye have killed the people of Yahuah. And it came to pass, when the congregation combined against Moshe and Aharon, that they ran impetuously to the tabernacle of witness, and the cloud, these people just don't get it, right? And the cloud covered it, and the glory of Yahuah appeared, and Moshe and Aharon went in front of the tabernacle of witness. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe and Aharon, saying, Depart out of the midst of this congregation, and I will consume them at once. And they fell upon their faces. And Moshe said to Aharon, Take a censer, and put on it fire from the altar, and put incense on it, and carry it away quickly into the camp, and make atonement for them, for wrath is gone forth from the presence of Yahuah. It has begun to destroy the people. And Aharon took as Moshe spoke to him, and ran among the congregation, for already the plague has begun among the people. And he put on incense, and made an atonement for the people, and he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague ceased. And they that died in the plague were 14,700, besides those that died on the account of Korah. And Aharon returned to Moshe to the door of the tabernacle of witness, and the plague ceased. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and take rods of them, according to the houses of their families, a rod from all their princes, according to the houses of their families, 12 rods, and write the name of each on his rod, and write the name of Aharon on the rod of Levi. For it is one rod for each, and they shall give them according to the tribe of the house of their families. And thou shalt put them in the tabernacle of witness before the testimony, where I will be made known to thee. And it shall be, the man whom I shall choose, his rod shall blossom. And I will remove from me the murmuring of the children of Israel, which they murmur against you. And Moshe spoke to the children of Israel, and all their chiefs gave him a rod each, one chief a rod, according to the house of their families, 12 rods, and the rod of Aharon was in the midst of the rods. And Moshe laid up the rods before Yahuah in the tabernacle of witness. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moshe and Aharon went into the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aharon for the house of Levi blossomed, and put forth a bud, and blossomed, and bloomed blossoms, and produced almonds. And Moshe brought forth all the rods from before Yahuah to all the sons of Israel. And they looked, and each one took his rod. And Yahuah said to Moshe, Lay up the rod of Aharon before the testimonies to be kept as a sign for the children of the disobedient, and let their murmuring cease from me, and they shall not die. And Moshe and Aharon did as Yahuah commanded Moshe, so did they. And the children of Israel spoke to Moshe, saying, Behold, we are cut off, we are destroyed, we are consumed. Every one that touches the tabernacle of Yahuah dies. Shall we die utterly? Chapter 18, Book of Numbers, Septuagint version. And Yahuah spoke to Aharon, saying, Thou and thy sons and thy father's houses shall bear the sins of the holy things, and thou and thy sons shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood. And take to thyself thy brethren, the tribe of Levi, the family of thy father, and let them be joined to thee, let them minister to thee. And thou and thy sons with thee shall minister before the tabernacle of witness, and they shall keep the charges of the tabernacle. Only they shall not approach the holy vessels and the altar, so both they and you shall not die. And they shall be joined to you, and shall keep the charges of the tabernacle of witness, and all the services of the tabernacle. And the stranger shall not approach to you. And ye shall keep the charges of the holy things, and the charges of the altar, and so there shall not be anger among the children of Israel. And I have taken your brethren, the Levites, out of the midst of the children of Israel, a present given to Yahuah, to minister in the services of the tabernacle of witness. And thou and thy sons after you shall keep up your priestly ministration, according to the whole manner of the altar, and that which is within the veil, and ye shall minister in the services as the office of your priesthood, and the stranger that comes near shall die. And Yahuah said to Aharon, And, behold, I have given you the charge of the firstfruits of all things consecrated to me by the children of Israel, and I have given them to thee as an honor, and to thy sons after you for a perpetual ordinance. And let this be to you from all the holy things that are consecrated to me, even the burnt offerings from all their gifts, and from all their sacrifices, and from every trespass of theirs, and from all their sin offerings, whatever things they give to me of all their holy things, as they shall be thine and thy sons. In the most holy place shall ye eat them. Every male shall eat them, thou and thy sons, they shall be holy to me. And this shall be to you of the firstfruits of their gifts, of all the wave offerings of the children of Israel. To thee have I given them, and to thy sons and thy daughters with thee. A perpetual ordinance, every clean person in thy house shall eat them. And every first offering of oil, and every first offering of wine, their firstfruits of corn, whatsoever they may give to Yahuah, to thee I have given them. And all the firstfruits that are in their land, whatsoever they shall offer to Yahuah, shall be thine. Every clean person in thy house shall eat them. Every devoted thing among the children of Israel shall be mine, and everything that opens the womb of all flesh, whatsoever they bring to Yahuah, whether man or beast, shall be thine. Only the firstborn of men shall be surely redeemed. And thou shalt redeem the firstborn of unclean cattle, and the redemption of them shall be from a month old, their valuation of 5 shekels. It is 20 oboli, according to the holy shekel. But thou shalt not redeem the firstborn of calves, and the firstborn of sheep, and the firstborn of goats. They are holy. And thou shalt pour their blood upon the altar, and thou shalt offer the fat as a burnt offering for a sweet smell of savor to Yahuah. And the flesh shall be thine, as also the breast of the wave offering, as the right shoulder, it shall be thine. Every special offering of holy things, whatsoever the children of Israel shall specially offer to Yahuah, I have given to you and to your sons and your daughters with you a perpetual ordinance. It is a covenant of salt forever before Yahuah, for you and thy seed after you. And Yahuah said to Aharon, Thou shalt have no inheritance in their land, neither shalt thou have any portion among them, for I am thy portion, and thine inheritance in the midst of the children of Israel. And behold, I have given to the sons of Levi every tithe in Israel for an inheritance for their services, whensoever they perform ministry in the tabernacle of witness. And the children of Israel shall no more draw nigh to the tabernacle of witness to incur fatal guilt. And the Levite himself shall perform the service of the tabernacle of witness, and they shall bear their iniquities. It is a perpetual statute throughout their generations. And in the midst of the children of Israel they shall not receive an inheritance, because I have given as a distinct portion to the Levites for an inheritance the tithes of the children of Israel. Whatsoever they shall offer to Yahuah, therefore I said to them, in the midst of the children of Israel they shall have no inheritance. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Thou shalt also speak to the Levites, and shalt say to them, If ye take the tithe from the children of Israel, which I have given you from them for an inheritance, then ye shall separate it from a heave offering to Yahuah, a tenth of the tenth. And your heave offerings shall be reckoned to you as corn from the floor, and an offering from the winepress. So shall you also separate them from all the offerings of Yahuah out of all your tithes. Whatsoever ye shall receive from the children of Israel, and ye shall give of them an offering to Yahuah, to Aharon the priest. Of all your gifts ye shall offer an offering to Yahuah, and of every first fruit the consecrated part from it. And thou shalt say to them, When ye shall offer the first fruits from it, then shall it be reckoned to the Levites as produce from the threshing floor, and as produce from the winepress, and ye shall eat it in any place, ye and your families, for this is your reward for your services in the tabernacle of witness. And ye shall not bear sin by reason of it, for ye shall have offered an offering of the first fruits from it, and ye shall not profane the holy things of the children of Israel, that ye die not. Okay, brothers and sisters, we're going to take a quick few-minute break, and we'll be back to finish the second half of the book of Numbers. All right, sorry about that. We are ready to get back to it, and we're going to finish the second half of the book of Numbers. So, actually, give me just a second. I should have taken a drink before me. So far, so good. Actually, let's get one. Let's get a blast. All right, everybody awake? All right, Book of Numbers, chapter 19, second half, Septuagint version. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe and Aharon, saying, This is the constitution of the Torah, as Yahuah has commanded, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel, and let them take for thee a red heifer without spot, which has no spot on her, in which no yoke has been put. And thou shalt give her to Eleazar the priest, and they shall bring her out of the camp into a clean place, and shall kill her before his face. And Eleazar shall take of her blood, and sprinkle of her blood 7 times in front of the tabernacle of witness. And they shall burn her to ashes before him, and her skin and her flesh and her blood with her dung shall be consumed. And the priest shall take cedar wood and hyssop and scarlet wool, and they shall cast them into the midst of the burning of the heifer. And the priest shall wash his garments, and bathe his body in water. And afterwards he shall go into the camp, and the priest shall be unclean till the evening. And he that burns her shall wash his garments, and bathe his body, and shall be unclean till evening. And a clean man shall gather up the ashes of the heifer, and lay them up in a clean place outside the camp. And they shall be for the congregation of the children of Israel to keep. It is the water of sprinkling of a purification. And he that gathers up the ashes of the heifer shall wash his garments, and shall be unclean until evening. And it shall be a perpetual statute for the children of Israel, and for the strangers joined to them. He that touches the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days. He shall be purified on the 3rd day and the 7th day, and shall be clean. But if he be not purged on the 3rd day and the 7th day, he shall not be clean. Everyone that touches the carcass of the person of a man, if he should have died, the other not have been purified, has defiled the tabernacle of Yahuah, that soul shall be cut off from Israel, because the water of sprinkling has not been sprinkled upon him. He is unclean. His uncleanness is yet upon him. And this is the Torah. If a man die in a house, every one that goes into the house, and all things in the house shall be unclean 7 days. And every open vessel which has not a covering bound upon it shall be unclean. And every one who shall touch a man slain by violence, or a corpse, or human bone, or sepulchre, shall be unclean 7 days. And they shall take for the unclean of the burnt ashes of purification, and they shall pour upon them running water into a vessel. And a clean man shall take hyssop and dip it into the water, and sprinkle it upon the house, and the furniture, and all the souls that are therein, and upon him that touched the human bone, or the slain man, or the corpse, or the tomb. And the clean man shall sprinkle the water on the unclean on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day, and on the 7th day he shall purify himself. And the other shall wash his garments, and bathe himself in water, and shall be unclean until evening. And whatever man shall be defiled and shall not purify himself, that soul shall be cut off from the midst of the congregation, because he has defiled the holy things of Yahuah, because the water of sprinkling has not been sprinkled upon him. He is unclean. And it shall be to you for a perpetual statute, that he that sprinkles the water of sprinkling shall wash his garments, and he that touches the water of sprinkling shall be unclean until the evening. And whatsoever the unclean man shall touch shall be unclean, and the soul that touches it shall be unclean till the evening. Numbers 20. And the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, came into the wilderness of Sin in the 1st month, and the people abode in Kadesh. And Miriam died there, and was buried there, and there was no water for the congregation. And they gathered themselves together against Moshe and Aharon. And the people reviled Moshe, saying, Would we had died in the destruction of our brethren before Yahuah. And wherefore have ye brought up the congregation of Yahuah into this wilderness? To kill us and our cattle? And wherefore is this? Ye have brought us up out of Egypt, that we should come into this evil place, a place where there is no sowing, neither figs, nor vines, nor pomegranates, neither is there water to drink. And Moshe and Aharon went from before the assembly to the door of the tabernacle of witness, and they fell upon their faces, and the glory of Yahuah appeared to them. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Take thy rod, and call the assembly, thou and Aharon thy brother, and speak ye to the rock before them, and it shall give forth its waters, and ye shall bring forth for them water out of the rock, and give drink to the congregation and their cattle. And Moshe took his rod, which was before Yahuah, as Yahuah commanded. And Moshe and Aharon assembled the congregation before the rock, and said to them, Hear me, ye disobedient ones. Must we bring you water out of this rock? And Moshe lifted up his hand and struck the rock with his rod twice, and much water came forth, and the congregation drank, and their cattle. And Yahuah said to Moshe and Aharon, Because ye have not believed me to sanctify me before the children of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them. This is the water of strife, because the children of Israel spoke insolently before Yahuah, and he was sanctified in them. And Moshe sent messengers from Kadesh to the king of Edom, saying, Thus says thy brother Israel, Thou knowest all the distress that has come upon us, and how our fathers went down into Egypt, and we sojourned in Egypt many days. And the Egyptians afflicted us and our fathers, and we cried to Yahuah, and Yahuah heard our voice, and sent an angel and brought us out of Egypt. And now we are in the city of Kadesh, at the extremity of thy coasts. We will pass through thy land, and we will not go through the fields, nor through the vineyards, nor will we drink water out of thy cistern. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn aside to the right hand or to the left, until we have passed thy borders. And Edom said to him, Thou shalt not pass through me, and if otherwise I will go forth and meet you in war. And the children of Israel say to him, We will pass by the mountain, and if I and my cattle drink of thy water, I will pay you. But it is no matter of importance. We will go by the mountain. And he said, Thou shalt not pass through me. And Edom went forth to meet him with a great host and a mighty hand. So Edom refused to allow Israel to pass through his borders. And Israel turned away from him, and they departed from Kadesh. And the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, came to Mount Or. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe and Aharon in Mount Or, on the borders of the land of Edom, saying, Let Aharon be added to his people, for ye shall certainly not go into the land which I have given to the children of Israel, because ye provoked me at the water of strife. Take Aharon and Eleazar his son, and bring them up to the Mount Or before all the congregation, and take Aharon's apparel from off him, and put it on Eleazar his son, and let Aharon die there, and be added to his people. And Moshe did as Yahuah commanded him, and took him up to Mount Or before all the congregation, and he took Aharon's garments off him, and put them on Eleazar his son. And Aharon died on the top of the mountain, and Moshe and Eleazar came down from the mountain. And all the congregation saw that Aharon was dead, and they wept for Aharon 30 days, even all the house of Israel. Numbers 21. And Arad, the Canaanitish king, who dwelt by the wilderness, heard that Israel came by the way of Atharin, and he made war on Israel, and carried off some of them captives. And Israel vowed a vow to Yahuah, and said, If thou wilt deliver this people into my power, I will devote it and its cities to you. And Yahuah hearkened to the voice of Israel, and delivered the Canaanite into his power. And Israel devoted him and his cities, and they called the name of the place Anathema. And having departed from Mount Or by the way leading to the Red Sea, they compassed the land of Edom. And the people lost courage by the way. And the people spoke against Elohim and against Moshe, saying, Why is this? Hast thou brought us out of Egypt to slay us in the wilderness? If there is not bread nor water, and our souls loathes this light bread. And Yahuah sent among the people deadly serpents, and they bit the people, and much people of the children of Israel died. And the people came to Moshe and said, We have sinned, for we have spoken against Yahuah and against you. Pray therefore to Yahuah, and let him take away the serpent from us. And Moshe prayed to Yahuah for all the people. And Yahuah said to Moshe, Make thee a serpent, and put it on a signal staff. And it shall come to pass, that whenever a serpent shall bite a man, every one so bitten that looks upon it shall live. And Moshe made a serpent of brass, and put it upon a signal staff. And it came to pass that whenever a serpent bit a man, and he looked on the brazen serpent, he lived. And the children of Israel departed and encamped in Oboth. And having departed from Oboth, they encamped in Achalgai, on the farther side, in the wilderness, which is opposite Moab, toward the east. And thence they departed, and encamped in the valley of Zered. And they departed thence, and encamped on the other side of Arnon, in the wilderness, in the country which extends from the coasts of the Amorites. For Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. Therefore it is said in a book, A war of Yahuah has set on fire Zob and the brooks of Arnon. And he has appointed brooks to cause to dwell there. And it lives near the coasts of Moab. And thence they came to the well, to the well. This is the well which Yahuah said to Moshe, gather the people, and I will give them water to drink. Then Israel sang this song at the well. Begin to sing of the well. The princes digged it, the kings of the nations in their kingdoms, in their lordships sank it in the rock, and they went from the well to Manathaim, and from Manathaim to Naaliel, and from Naaliel to Bamoth, and from Bamoth to Yanen, which is the plain of Moab, as seen from the top of the quarried rock that looks toward the wilderness. And Moshe sent ambassadors to Sihon, the king of the Amorites, with peaceable words, saying, we will pass through thy land, and we will go by the road. We will not turn aside to the field or the vineyard. We will not drink water out of thy wells. We will go by the king's highway until we pass thy borders. And Sihon did not allow Israel to pass through his borders. And Sihon gathered all his people, and went out to set the battle in array against Israel into the wilderness. And he came to Yassa, and set the battle in array against Israel. And Israel smote him with the slaughter of the sword, and they became possessors of his land, from Arnon to Yabok, as far as the children of Ammon. For Jazer is the border of the children of Ammon. And Israel took all their cities, and Israel dwelt in the cities of the Amorites, in Heshbon, and in all the cities belonging to it. For Heshbon is the city of Sihon, king of the Amorites. And he before fought against the king of Moab, and they took all his land, from Aroer to Arnon. Therefore they who deal in dark speeches come to Heshbon, that the city of Sihon may be built and prepared. For a fire has gone forth from Heshbon, a flame from the city of Sihon, and has consumed as far as Moab, and devoured the pillars of Arnon. Woe to thee, Moab, thou art lost. The people of Chamos, what's his name? One of the Canaanite gods, I forgot his name. Whatever, doesn't matter. Their sons are sold for preservation, and their daughters are captives of Sihon, king of the Amorites. And their seed shall perish from Heshbon to Dibon, and their women have yet farther kindled a fire against Moab. And Israel dwelt in all the cities of the Amorites, and Moshe sent to spy out Yazer, and they took it and its villages, and cast out the Amorite that dwelt there. And having returned, they went up the roads that leads to Bashan. And Og, the king of Bashan, went forth to meet them, and all his people to war to Edrain. And Yahuah said to Moshe, fear him not, for I have delivered him and all his people, and all his land into thy hands. And thou shalt do to him as thou didst to Sihon, king of the Amorites, who dwell in Heshbon. And he smote him and his sons and all his people, until he left none of his to be taken alive, and they inherited his land. 22. And the children of Israel departed and encamped on the west of Moab by Jordan towards Jericho. And when Balak, son of Sephuar, saw all that Israel did to the Amorite, then Moab feared the people exceedingly, because they were many. And Moab was grieved before the face of the children of Israel. And Moab said to the elders of Midian, now shall this assembly lick up all that are round about us, as a calf would lick up the green herbs of the field. And Balak, son of Sephuar, was king of Moab at that time. And he sent ambassadors to Balaam, the son of Beor, to Pathura, which is on the river on the land of the sons of his people, to call him, saying, behold, a people has come out of Egypt. Behold, it has covered the face of the earth, and it has encamped close to me. And now come, curse me this people, for it is stronger than we, if we may be able to smite some of them, and I will cast them out of this land. For I know that whomsoever thou dost bless, they are blessed, and whomsoever thou dost curse, they are cursed. And the elders of Moab went, and the elders of Midian, and their divining instruments were in their hands. And they came to Balaam, and spoke to him the words of Balak. And he said to them, tarry here the night, and I will answer you the things which Yahuah shall say to me. And the princes of Moab stayed with Balaam. And Elohim came to Balaam and said, who are these men with you? And Balaam said to Elohim, Balak, son of Sephuar, king of Moab, sent them to me, saying, behold, a people has come forth out of Egypt, and has covered the face of this land, and it has encamped near me. And now, come, curse it for me, if indeed I shall be able to smite it, and cast it out of the land. And Elohim said to Balaam, thou shalt not go with them, neither shalt thou curse the people, for they are blessed. And Balaam rose up in the morning, and said to the princes of Balak, depart quickly to your lord. Elohim does not permit me to go with you. The princes of Moab rose and came to Balak, and said, Balaam will not come with us. And Balak yet again sent more princes, and more honorable than they. And they came to Balaam, and they said to him, thus says Balak, son of Zippor, I beseech you, delay not to come to me, for I will greatly honor you, and will do for you whatsoever you shall say. Come then, curse me this people. And Balaam answered and said to the princes of Balak, if Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I shall not be able to go beyond the word of Yahuah Eloheinu, to make it little or great in my mind. And now do ye also tarry here this night, and I shall know what Yahuah will yet say to me. And Elohim came to Balaam by night and said to him, if these men are come to call thee, rise and follow them. Nevertheless, the word which I shall speak to you, it shalt thou do. And Balaam rose up in the morning and saddled his ass and went with the princes of Moab. And Elohim was very angry because he went. And the angel of Yahuah rose up to withstand him. Now he had mounted his ass, and his 2 servants were with him. And when the ass saw the angel of Elohim standing opposite in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand, then the ass turned aside out of the way and went into the field. And Balaam smote the ass with a staff to direct her in the way. And the angel of Yahuah stood in the avenues of the vines, a fence being on this side and a fence being on that. And when the ass saw the angel of Elohim, she thrust herself against the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall, and he smote her again. And the angel of Yahuah went further and came and stood in a narrow place where it was impossible to turn to the right or to the left. And when the ass saw the angel of Elohim, she lay down under Balaam. And Balaam was angry and struck the ass with his staff. And Elohim opened the mouth of the ass, and she says to Balaam, what have I done to you, that thou hast smitten me this 3rd time? And Balaam said to the ass, because thou hast mocked me. And if I had a sword in my hand, I would now have killed you. And the ass says to Balaam, am I not thine ass, on which thou hast ridden since thy youth until this day? Did I ever do thus to you, utterly disregarding you? And he said, no. And Elohim opened the eyes of Balaam, and he sees the angel of Yahuah withstanding him in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand. And he swooped down and worshipped on his face. And the angel of Elohim said to him, why hast thou smitten thine ass this 3rd time? And behold, I came out to withstand you, for your way was not seemly before me. And when the ass saw me, she turned away from me this 3rd time. And if she had not turned out of the way, surely now I have slain you, and should have saved her alive. And Balaam said to the angel of Yahuah, I have sinned, for I did not know that thou wert standing opposite in the way to meet me. And now if it shall not be pleasing to you for me to go on, I will return. And the angel of Yahuah said to Balaam, go with the men. Nevertheless, the word which I shall speak to you, that thou shalt take heed to speak. And Balaam went with the princes of Balak. And when Balak heard that Balaam was come, he went out to meet him to a city of Moab, which is on the borders of Arnon, which is on the extreme part of the borders. And Balak said to Balaam, did I not send you to call thee? Why hast thou not come to me? Shall I not indeed be able to honor you? And Balaam said to Balak, behold, I am now come to you. Shall I be able to say anything? The word which Elohim shall put into my mouth, that I shall speak. And Balaam went with Balak, and they came to the cities of streets. And Balak offered sheep and calves, and sent to Balaam and to his princes who were with him. And it was morning, and Balak took Balaam, and brought him up to the pillar of Baal, and showed him thence a part of the people. Numbers 23. And Balaam said to Balak, build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 calves, and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam told him, and he offered up a calf and a ram on every altar. And Balaam said to Balak, stand by thy sacrifice, and I will go and see if Elohim will appear to me and meet me. And the word which he shall show me, I will report to you. And Balak stood by his sacrifice, and Balaam went to inquire of Elohim. And he went straight forward, and Elohim appeared to Balaam. And Balaam said to him, I have prepared the 7 altars, and have offered a calf and a ram on every altar. And Elohim put a word in the mouth of Balaam and said, thou shalt return to Balak, and thus shalt thou speak. And returned to him, and moreover he stood over his whole burnt offerings, and all the princes of Moab with him. And the spirit of Elohim came upon him, and he took up his parable and said, Balak, king of Moab, sent me out of Mesopotamia, out of the mountains of the east, saying, come, curse me Yaakov, and come, call for a curse for me upon Israel. How can I curse whom Yahuah curses not? Or how can I devote whom Yahuah Elohim devotes not? For from the top of the mountains I shall see him, and from the hills I shall observe him. Behold, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. Who has exactly calculated the seed of Yaakov, and who shall number the families of Israel? Let my soul die with the souls of the righteous, and let my seed be as their seed. And Balak said to Balaam, what hast thou done to me? I called thee to curse my enemies, and behold, thou hast greatly blessed them. And Balaam said to Balak, whatsoever Yahuah shall put in my mouth, shall I not take heed to speak this? And Balak said to him, come with me yet to another place, where thou shalt not see the people, but only shalt see a part of them, and thou shalt not see them all, and curse me them from thence. And he took him to a high place of the field to the top of the quarried rock, and he built there 7 altars, and offered a calf and a ram on every altar. And Balaam said to Balak, stand by thy sacrifice, and I will go to inquire of Elohim. And Elohim met Balaam, and put a word in his mouth, and said, return to Balak, and thus shalt thou speak. And he returned to him, and he also was standing by his whole burnt sacrifice, and all the princes of Moab with him. And Balak said to him, what has Yahuah spoken? And he took up his parable and said, rise up, Balak, and hear. Hearken as a witness, thou son of Sephuagint. Elohim is not as man to waver, nor as the son of man to be threatened. Shall he say and not perform? Shall he speak and not keep his word? Behold, I have received commandment to bless. I will bless, and not turn back. There shall not be trouble in Yaakov, neither shall sorrow be seen in Israel. Yahuah is his Elohim, is with him. The glories of the rulers are in him. It was Elohim who brought him out of Egypt. He has, as it were, the glory of a unicorn. For there is no divination in Yaakov, nor enchantment in Israel. In season it shall be told to Yaakov and Israel what Elohim shall perform. Behold, the people shall rise up as a lion's whelp, and shall exalt himself as a lion. He shall not lie down till he have eaten the prey, and he shall drink the blood of the slain. And Balak said to Balaam, neither curse the people at all for me, nor bless them at all. And Balaam answered and said to Balak, spoke I not to you, saying, whatsoever thing Elohim shall speak to me, that will I do? And Balak said to Balaam, come, and I will remove thee to another place, and if it please Elohim, and curse me them from thence. And Balak took Balaam to the top of Pogor, which extends to the wilderness. And Balaam said to Balak, build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 calves and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam told him, and offered a calf and a ram on every altar. Chapter 24. And when Balaam saw that it pleased Elohim to bless Israel, he did not go according to his custom to meet the omens, but turned his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes, and seized Israel encamped by their tribes, and the spirit of Elohim came upon him. And he took up his parable and said, Balaam, son of Beor, says, the man who sees truly says. He says who hears the oracle of the Mighty One, who saw a vision of Elohim in sleep. His eyes were opened. How goodly are thy habitations, Yaakov, and thy tents, Israel, as shady groves, and as gardens by a river, and as tents which Elohim pitched, and as cedars by the waters. There shall come a man out of his seed, and he shall rule over many nations, and the kingdoms of Gog shall be exalted, and his kingdom shall be increased. Elohim led him out of Egypt. He has, as it were, the glory of a unicorn. He shall consume the nations of his enemies. He shall drain their marrow, and with darts he shall shoot through the enemy. He lay down, he rested as a lion, and as a young lion, who shall stir him up? They that bless you are blessed, and they that curse you are cursed. And Balak was angry with Balaam, and clapped his hands together, and Balak said to Balaam, I call thee to curse my enemy, and behold, thou hast decidedly blessed him this 3rd time. Now therefore, flee to thy place. I said, I will honor you, but now Yahuah has deprived you of glory. And Balaam said to Balak, did I not speak to thy messengers also whom thou sentest to me, saying, if Balak should give me his house full of silver and gold, I shall not be able to transgress the word of Yahuah to make it good or bad by myself? Whatsoever things Elohim shall say, them will I speak. And now, behold, I return to my place. Come, I will advise thee of what this people shall do to thy people in the last days. And he took up his parable and said, Balaam, the son of Beor, says, the man who sees truly says, hearing the oracles of Elohim, receiving knowledge from the Most High, and having seen a vision of Elohim in sleep, his eyes were opened. I will point to him, but not now. I will bless him, but he draws not near. A star shall arise out of Yaakov, a man shall spring out of Israel, and shall crush the princes of Moab, and shall spoil all the sons of Seth. And Edom shall be an inheritance, and Esau his enemy shall be an inheritance of Israel, and Israel wrought valiantly. And one shall arise out of Yaakov, and destroy out of the city him that escapes. And having seen Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek is the first of nations, yet his seed shall perish. And having seen the Kenite, he took up his parable and said, thy dwelling place is strong, yet thou shouldst put thy neck in a rock, And though Beor should have a skillfully contrived hiding place, the Assyrian shall carry thee away captive. And he looked upon Og, and took up his parable, and said, Oh, who shall live, when Elohim shall do these things? And one shall come forth of the hands of the Scythians, and shall afflict Ashur, and shall afflict the Hebrews, and they shall perish together. And Balaam rose up and departed, and returned to his place, and Balak went to his own home. Numbers chapter 25. And Israel sojourned in Satin, and the people profaned itself by going a-whoring after the daughters of Moab. And they called them to the sacrifices of their idols, and the people ate of their sacrifices, and worshipped their idols. And Israel consecrated themselves to Baal Peor. And Yahuah was very angry with Israel. And Yahuah said to Moshe, Take all the princes of the people, and make them examples of judgment for Yahuah in the face of the sun. And the anger of Yahuah shall be turned away from Israel. And Moshe said to the tribes of Israel, Slay ye everyone his friend that is consecrated to Baal Peor. And behold, a man of the children of Israel came and brought his brother to a Midianitish woman before Moshe, and before all the congregation of the children of Israel. And they were weeping at the door of the tabernacle of witness. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aharon, the priest, saw it, and rose out of the midst of the congregation, and took a javelin in his hand, and went in after the Israelitish man into the chamber, and pierced them both through, both the Israelitish man and the woman through her womb, and the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. And those that died in the plague were 24,000. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aharon, the priest, has caused my wrath to cease from the children of Israel, when I was exceedingly jealous among them, and I did not consume the children of Israel in my jealousy. Thus do thou say to him, Behold, I give him a covenant of peace, and he and his seed after him shall have a perpetual covenant of priesthood, because he was zealous for his Elohim, and made atonement for the children of Israel. Now the name of the smitten Israelitish man who was smitten with the Midianitish woman was Zimri, the son of Salom, prince of a house of the tribe of Simeon. And the name of the Midianitish woman who was smitten was Cozbi, the daughter of Shur, a prince of the nation of Omoth. It is a chief house among the people of Midian. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, Plague the Midianites as enemies, and smite them. For they are enemies to you by the treachery wherein they ensnare you through Pogor, through Cozbi, their sister, daughter of a prince of Midian, who was smitten in the day of the plague because of Pogor. Chapter 26. And it came to pass after the plague that Yahuah spoke to Moshe and Eleazar the priest, saying, Take the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, from 20 years old and upward, according to the houses of their lineage, everyone that goes forth to battle in Israel. And Moshe and Eleazar the priest spoke in Araboth of Moab, at the Jordan by Jericho, saying, This is the numbering from 20 years old and upward, as Yahuah commanded Moshe. And the sons of Israel that came out of Egypt are as follows. Reuben was the firstborn of Israel. The sons of Reuben, Enoch, and the family of Enoch, Palu, belongs to the family of the Paluites. To Asron, the family of Asroni. To Carmi, the family of the Carmi. These are the families of Reuben, and their numbering was 43,730. And the sons of Palu were Eliab, and the sons of Eliab, Nemuel, and Dathan, and Abiram. These are renowned men in their congregation. These were they that rose up against Moshe and Aharon in the gathering of Korah, in the rebellion against Yahuah. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and Korah, when their assembly perished, when the fire devoured the 250, and they were made a sign. But the sons of Korah died not. And the sons of Simeon, the family of the sons of Simeon, to Nemuel, belonged the family of the Nemuelites, to Yamin, the family of the Yaminites, to Yachin, the family of the Yachanites, to Zerah, the family of the Zarites, to Shaul, the family of the Shaulites. These are the families of Simeon, according to their numbering, 22,200. And the sons of Yehuda, and Onan, and and Onan died in the land of Canaan. And these were the sons of Yehuda, according to their families. To Shalom belonged the family of the Shalomites. To Pharez, the family of the Pharezites. To Zara, the family of the Zarites. And the sons of the Pharez were to Asron, the family of the Asronites. To Yamun, the family of the Yamunites. These are the families of Yehuda, according to their numbering, 76,500. And the sons of Issachar, according to their families. To Tola, the family of the Tolites. To Phua, the family of the Phuites. To Yasub, the family of the Yasubites. to Samram, the family of the Samramites. These are the families of Issachar, according to their numbering, 64,400. The sons of Zabulon, according to their families, to Sared, the family of the Saredites, to Alon, the family of the Alonites, to Alel, the family of the Alelites. These are the families of Zabulon, according to their numbering, 60,500. The sons of Gad, according to their families, to Saphon, the family of the Saphonites, to Angai, the family of the Angaites, to Sunai, the family of the Sunites, to Azenai, the family of the Azenites, to Adai, the family of the Adites, to Arodai, the family of the Arodites, to Ariel, the family of the Arielites. These are the families of the children of Gad, according to their numbering, 44,500. To the sons of Asher, according to their families, Yamin, the family of the Ammonites, to Yesu, the family of the Yesuites, to Bariah, the family of the Bariites, to Chober, the family of the Choberites, to Melchiel, the family of the Melchielites, and the name of the daughter of Asher, Sarah. These are the families of Asher, according to their numbering, 43,400. The sons of Joseph, according to their families, Manasseh and Ephraim. The sons of Manasseh, to Machir, the family of the Machirites, and Machir begot Galad, and to Galad, the family of the Galadites. These are the sons of Galad, to Achiezer, the family of the Achiezerites, to Cheleg, the family of the Chelegites, to Esriel, the family of the Esrielites, to Shechem, the family of the Shechemites, to Samaer, to the family of the Samaerites, to Ophir, the family of the Ophirites, to Salphad, the son of Ophir, were no sons, but daughters. These are the names of the daughters: Salphad, Mala, Nua, and Elga, and Melka, and Tersa. These are the families of Manasseh, according to their numbering, 52,700. And these are the children of Ephraim, to Suthala, the family of the Suthalanites, to Tanach, the family of the Tanachites. These are the sons of Suthala, to Eden, the family of the Edenites. These are the families of Ephraim, according to their number, 32,500. These are the families of the children of Joseph, according to their families. So it looks like this is a huge number change from the last time that Ephraim was numbered, because they were in the 50s, and Manasseh was in the 30s, and now it's swapped. Now Manasseh is in the 50,000 range, and Ephraim is in the 30,000 range. They must have been a big portion of the loss. The sons of Benjamin, according to their families, to Bale, the family of the Balites, to Asiber, the family of the Asiberites, to Yachiran, the family of the Yachiranites, to Sophon, the family of the Sophonites. The sons of Bale were Adar and Noaman. To Adar, the family of the Adarites, to Noaman, the family of the Noamites. These are the sons of Benjamin by their families, according to their numbering, 35,500. And the sons of Dan, according to their families, Sameh, the family of the Samites. These are the families of Dan, according to their families. All the families of Samai, according to their numbering, 64,400. The sons of Naphtali, according to their families, to Asiel, the family of the Asielites, to Ganai, the family of the Ganites, to Yeser, the family of the Yeserites, to Salem, the family of the Selemites. These are the families of Naphtali, according to their numbering, 40,300. This is the numbering of the children of Israel, 601,730. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, To these the land shall be divided, so that they may inherit according to the number of the names. To the greater number thou shalt give the greater inheritance, and to the less number thou shalt give the less inheritance. To each one, as they have been numbered, shall their inheritance be given. The land shall be divided to the names by lot. They shall inherit according to the tribes of their families. Thou shalt divide their inheritance by lot between the many and the few. And the sons of Levi, according to their families, to Gershon, the family of the Gershonites, to Kohath, the family of the Kohathites, to Merari, the family of the Merarites. These are the families of the sons of Levi, the family of the Lobanites, the family of the Hebronites, the family of the Korites, the family of the Musites, and Kohath begot Amram. The name of his wife was Jochebed, daughter of Levi, who bore these to Levi in Egypt. And she bore to Amram, Aharon, and Moshe, and Miriam the sister. And to Aharon were born both Nadab and Abihu, and Eleazar, and Ithamar. And Nadab and Abihu died when they offered strange fire before Yahuah in the wilderness of Sinai. And there were, according to their numbering, 23,000, every male from a month old and upward, for they were not numbered among the children of Israel, because they have no inheritance in the midst of the children of Israel. And this is the numbering of Moshe and Eleazar the priest, who numbered the children of Israel and Araboth of Moab, at Jordan by Jericho. Among these there were not a man numbered by Moshe and Aharon, whom even the children of Israel they numbered in the wilderness of Sinai. For Yahuah had said to them, they shall surely die in the wilderness, and there was not left even one of them, except Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and Yahusha the son of Nun. Numbers chapter 27. And the daughters of Salapha, the son of Ophir, the son of Gilad, the son of Machir, of the tribe of Manasseh, of the sons of Joseph, came near, and these were their names, Mala, and Nuah, and Eglah, and Melcha, and Tirzah. They stood before Moshe, and before Eleazar the priest, and before the princes, and before all the congregation at the door of the tabernacle of witness, saying, our father died in the wilderness, and he was not in the midst of the congregation that rebelled against Yahuah in the gathering of Korah. For he died for his own sin, and he had no sons. Let not the name of our father be blotted out of the midst of his people, because he has no son. Give us an inheritance in the midst of our father's brethren. And Moshe brought their case before Yahuah. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, the daughters of Salafad have spoken rightly. Thou shalt surely give them a possession of inheritance in the midst of their father's brethren. Thou shalt assign their father's inheritance to them. Thou shalt speak to the children of Israel, saying, if a man die and have no son, ye shall assign his inheritance to his daughter. And if he have no daughter, ye shall give his inheritance to his brother. And if he have no brethren, ye shall give his inheritance to his father's brother. And if there be no brethren of his father, ye shall give the inheritance to his nearest relation of his tribe, to inherit his possessions, and this shall be to the children of Israel an ordinance of judgment, as Yahuah commanded Moshe. And Yahuah said to Moshe, go up to the mountain that is in the country beyond Jordan, this Mount Nebo, and behold the land of Canaan, which I give to the sons of Israel for a possession. And thou shalt see it, and thou also shalt be added to thy people, as Aharon thy brother was added to them in Mount Hor. Because he transgressed my commandment in the wilderness of sin. When the congregation resisted and refused to sanctify me, ye sanctified me not at the water before them. This is the water of strife in Kadesh in the wilderness of sin. And Moshe said to Yahuah, let Yahuah Eloheinu of the spirits and of all flesh look out for a man over this congregation, who shall go out before them, and who shall come in before them, and who shall lead them out, and who shall bring them in. So the congregation of Yahuah shall not be as sheep without shepherd. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, take to thyself Yahusha, the son of Nun, a man who has the Spirit in him. And thou shalt lay thy hands upon him. And thou shalt set him before Eleazar the priest. And thou shalt give him a charge before all the congregation. And thou shalt give a charge concerning him before them. And thou shalt put of thy glory upon him, that the children of Israel may hearken to him. And he shall stand before Eleazar the priest, and they shall ask of him before Yahuah the judgment of the Urim. And they shall go forth at his word. And at his word they shall come in, and he and the children of Israel with one accord, and all the congregation. And Moshe did as Yahuah commanded him. And he took Yahusha, and set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation, and he laid his hands on him, and appointed him as Yahuah ordered Moshe. Chapter 28. Numbers, Septuagint version. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, charge the children of Israel, and thou shalt speak to them, saying, ye shall observe to offer to me in my feasts my gifts, my presents, my burnt offerings for a sweet-smelling savor. And thou shalt say to them, these are the burnt offerings, all that ye shall bring to Yahuah, 2 lambs of a year old, without blemish daily, for a whole burnt offering perpetually. Thou shalt offer 1 lamb in the morning, and thou shalt offer the 2nd lamb towards evening. And thou shalt offer the 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a meat offering, mingled with oil, with the 4th part of an hin. It is a perpetual whole burnt offering, a sacrifice offered in the Mount of Sinai for a sweet-smelling savor to Yahuah, and its drink offering, the 4th part of a hin to each lamb. In the holy place thou shalt pour strong drink as a drink offering to Yahuah. And the 2nd lamb thou shalt offer toward the evening. Thou shalt offer it according to its meat offering, and according to its drink offering, for a smell of sweet savor to Yahuah. And on the Sabbath day ye shall offer 2 lambs of a year old without blemish, and 2 tenth deals of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering and a drink offering. It is a whole burnt offering of the Sabbaths on the Sabbath days, beside the continued whole burnt offering and its drink offering. And at the new moons ye shall bring a whole burnt offering to Yahuah, 2 calves of the herd, and 1 ram, 7 lambs of a year old without blemish, 3/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil for 1 calf, and 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil for 1 ram, 1/10 deal of fine flour mingled with oil for each lamb, as a meat offering, a sweet-smelling savor, a burnt offering to Yahuah. Their drink offering shall be the half of a hin for 1 calf, and the third of a hin for 1 ram, and the fourth part of a hin of wine for 1 lamb. This is the whole burnt offering monthly throughout the months of your year. And he shall offer 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering to Yahuah. It shall be offered beside the continual whole burnt offering and its drink offering. And in the first of the month, on the 14th day of the month, is the Passover to Yahuah. And on the 15th day of this month is a feast. 7 days ye shall eat unleavened bread. And the first day shall be to you a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. And ye shall bring whole burnt offerings, a sacrifice to Yahuah, 2 calves of the herd, 1 ram, 7 lambs of a year old. They shall be to you without blemish. And their meat offering shall be fine flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals for 1 ram, and 2/10 deals for 1 ram. Thou shalt offer 1/10 for each lamb, and for the 7 lambs. And thou shalt offer 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering to make atonement for you, beside the perpetual whole burnt offering in the morning, which is a whole burnt sacrifice for a continuance. These shall ye thus offer daily for 7 days, a gift, a sacrifice for a sweet-smelling savor to Yahuah. Beside the continual whole burnt offering, thou shalt offer its drink offering, and the 7th day shall be to you a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work in it. And on the day of the new corn, when ye shall offer a new sacrifice at the festival of weeks to Yahuah, there shall be to you a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work, and ye shall bring whole burnt offerings for a sweet-smelling savor to Yahuah, 2 calves of the herd, 1 ram, 7 lambs without blemish. Their meat offering shall be fine flour mingled with oil. There shall be 3/10 deals for 1 calf, and 2/10 deals for 1 ram. 1/10 for each lamb separately for the 7 lambs, and a kid of the goats for a sin offering to make atonement for you, beside the perpetual whole burnt offering. And ye shall offer to me their meat offering. They shall be to you unblemished, and ye shall offer their drink offerings. Chapter 29. And in the 7th month, on the 1st day of the month, there shall be to you a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. It shall be to you a day of blowing the trumpets, or shofars. And ye shall offer whole burnt offerings for a sweet savor to Yahuah, 1 calf of the herd, 1 ram, 7 lambs of a year old without blemish. Their meat offering shall be fine flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals for 1 calf, and 2/10 deals for 1 ram, 1/10 deal for each several ram for the 7 lambs, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, to make atonement for you. Beside the whole burnt offerings for the new moon, and their meat offerings, and their drink offerings, and their perpetual whole burnt offerings, and their meat offerings, and their drink offerings, according to their ordinance for a sweet-smelling savor to Yahuah. And on the 10th of this month there shall be to you a holy convocation, and ye shall afflict your souls, and ye shall do no work. And ye shall bring near whole burnt offerings for a sweet-smelling savor to Yahuah, burnt sacrifices to Yahuah, 1 calf of the herd, 1 ram, 7 lambs of a year old. They shall be to you without blemish. Their meat offering shall be fine flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals for 1 calf, and 2/10 deals for 1 ram, 1/10 deal for each several lamb, for the 7 lambs, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, to make atonement for you, beside the sin offering for atonement, and the continual whole burnt offering, its meat offering, and its drink offering, according to its ordinance for a smell of sweet savor, a burnt sacrifice to Yahuah. And on the 15th day of this month ye shall have a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work, and ye shall keep it a feast to Yahuah 7 days. This is where we're at right now, the feast of Sukkot. Ye shall bring near whole burnt offerings, a sacrifice for a smell of sweet savor to Yahuah. On the 1st day 13 calves of the herd, 2 rams, 14 lambs of a year old. They shall be without blemish. Their meat offering shall be fine flour mingled with oil. There shall be 3/10 deals for 1 calf, for 13 calves, and 2/10 deals for 1 ram, for the 2 rams, 1/10 deal for every lamb, for the 14 lambs, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual whole burnt offering. There shall be meat offerings and their drink offerings. And on the 2nd day 12 calves, 2 rams, 14 lambs of a year old without blemish. Their meat offering and their drink offering shall be for the calves and the rams and the lambs according to their numbers, according to their ordinance, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the perpetual whole burnt offering, their meat offerings and their drink offerings. On the third day, 11 calves, 2 rams, 14 lambs of a year old without blemish, and their meat offering and their drink offering shall be the calves, and to the rams and to the lambs according to their numbers, according to their ordinance, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual whole burnt offering. There shall be their meat offering and their drink offerings. On the fourth day, 10 calves, 2 rams, 14 lambs of a year old without spot. There shall be meat offerings and their drink offerings to the calves and to the rams, the lambs according to their numbers, according to their ordinance, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual whole burnt offering. There shall be their meat offerings and their drink offerings. On the fifth day, 9 calves, 2 rams, 14 lambs of a year old without spot. Their meat offerings and their drink offerings shall be to the calves and to the rams and the lambs according to their number, according to their ordinance, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the perpetual whole burnt offering. There shall be their meat offerings and their drink offerings. On the sixth day, 8 calves, 2 rams, 14 lambs of a year old without blemish. There shall be their meat offerings and their drink offerings to the calves, and the rams and lambs according to their number, according to their ordinance, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the perpetual whole burnt offering. There shall be their meat offerings and their drink offerings. On the seventh day, 7 calves, 2 rams, 14 lambs of a year old without blemish. Their meat offerings and their drink offerings shall be to the calves, and the rams and the lambs according to their number, according to their ordinance, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual whole burnt offering. There shall be their meat offerings and their drink offerings. And on the eighth day there shall be to you a release. You shall do no servile work in it, and you shall offer whole burnt offerings as sacrifices to Yahuah, 1 calf, 1 ram, 7 lambs of a year old without spot. And there shall be their meat offerings and their drink offerings for the calf and the ram and the lambs according to their numbers, according to their ordinance, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual whole burnt offerings. And there shall be their meat offerings and their drink offerings. These sacrifices shall you offer to Yahuah in your feasts, beside your vows. And you shall offer your freewill offerings and your whole burnt offerings and your meat offerings and your drink offerings and your peace offerings. Chapter 30. And Moshe spoke to the children of Israel according to all that Yahuah commanded Moshe. And Moshe spoke to all the heads of the tribes of the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which Yahuah has commanded. Whatsoever man shall vow a vow to Yahuah, or swear an oath, or bind himself with an obligation upon his soul, he shall not break his word. All that shall come out of his mouth he shall do. And if a woman shall vow a vow to Yahuah, or bind herself with an obligation in her youth in her father's house, and her father should hear her vows and her obligations wherewith she has bound her soul, and if her father should hold his peace at her, then all her vows shall stand. And if all the obligations with which she has bound her soul and shall remain in her, but if her father straitly forbid her in the day in which he shall hear all her vows and her obligations which she has contracted upon her soul, they shall not stand. And Yahuah shall hold her guiltless, because her father forbade her. But if she should be indeed married, and her vows be upon her according to the utterance of her lips, in respect of the obligations which she has contracted upon her soul, and her husband should hear, and should hold his peace at her in the day in which he should hear, then thus shall all her vows be binding, and her obligations which she has contracted upon her soul shall stand. But if her husband should straitly forbid her in the day in which he should hear her, none of her vows or her obligations which she has contracted upon her soul shall stand, because her husband has disallowed her, and Yahuah shall hold her guiltless. And the vow of a widow and her that is put away, and whatsoever she shall bind upon her soul shall stand to her. And if her vow be made in the house of her husband, or the obligation upon her soul with an oath, and her husband should hear and hold his peace at her, and not disallow her, then all her vows shall stand, and all the obligations which she contracted against her soul shall stand against her. But if her husband should utterly cancel the vow in the day which he shall hear it, none of the things which shall proceed out of her lips in her vows and in the obligations contracted upon her soul shall stand to her. Her husband has canceled them, and Yahuah shall hold her guiltless. Every vow and every binding oath to afflict her soul, her husband shall confirm it to her, or her husband shall cancel it. But if he be wholly silent at her from day to day, then shall he bind upon her all her vows, and he shall confirm to her the obligations which she has bound upon herself, because he held his peace at her in the day which he heard her. And if her husband should in any wise cancel them after the day in which he heard them, he shall bear his iniquity. These are the ordinances with which Yahuah commanded Moshe, between a man and his wife, and between a father and daughter in her youth and in the house of her father. Chapter 31. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Avenge the wrongs of the children of Israel and the Midianites, and afterward thou shalt be added to thy people. And Moshe spoke to the people, saying, Arm some of you, and set yourselves in array before Yahuwah against Midian, to inflict vengeance on Midian from Yahuwah. Send 1,000 of each tribe from all the tribes of the children of Israel to set themselves in array. And they numbered the thousands of Israel, 1,000 of each tribe, 12,000. These were armed for war. And Moshe sent them away 1,000 of every tribe with their forces, and Phinehas the son of Eleazar, the son of Aharon the priest, and the holy instruments and the signal trumpets were in their hands. And they set themselves in array against Midian, as Yahuwah commanded Moshe, and they slew every male. And they slew the kings of Midian together with their slain subjects, even Evi, and Rochon, and Sur, and Ur, and Rochob. 5 kings of Midian they slew with the sword, Balaam the son of Beor, with their other slain. And they made a prey of the women of Midian, and their store, and their cattle, and all their possessions, and they spoiled their forces, and they burnt with fire all their cities in the places of their habitation, and they burnt their villages with fire. And they took all their plunder and all their spoils, both man and beast, and they brought to Moshe and to Eleazar the priest, and to all the children of Israel, the captives, and the spoils, and the plunder, to the camp Araboth Moab, which is at Yarden by Jericho. And Moshe and Eleazar the priest and all the rulers of the synagogue went forth out of the camp to meet them. And Moshe was angry with the captains of the host, the heads of thousands and the heads of hundreds who came from the battle array. And Moshe said to them, Why have you saved every female alive? For they were the occasion to the children of Israel by the word of Balaam of their revolting and despising the word of Yahuwah because of Phogor. And there was a plague, or Peor, and there was a plague in the congregation of Yahuwah. Now then slay every male and all the spoil, slay every woman who has known the lying with man. And as for all the captivity of women who have not known the lying with man, save ye them alive, and ye shall encamp outside the great camp 7 days. Everyone who has slain and who touches a dead body shall be purified on the 3rd day, and your captivity shall purify yourselves on the 7th day. And ye shall purify every garment and every leathern utensil and all furniture of goatskin and every wooden vessel. And Eleazar the priest said to the men of the host that came from the battle array, This is the ordinance of the Torah which Yahuwah has commanded Moshe. Beside the gold and the silver and the brass and the iron and the lead and tin, everything that shall pass through the fire shall so be clean. Nevertheless, it shall be purified with the water of sanctification. And whatsoever will not pass through the fire shall pass through water. And on the 7th day ye shall wash your garments and be clean, and afterward ye shall come into the camp. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Take the sum of the spoils of the captivity, both of man and beast, you and Eleazar the priest, and the heads of the families of the congregation. Ye shall divide the spoils between the warriors that went out to battle and the whole congregation. And ye shall take a tribute for Yahuwah from the warriors that went out to battle, 1 soul out of 500, from the men and from the cattle, even from the oxen, and from the sheep, and from the asses, and ye shall take them from their half, and thou shalt give them to Eleazar the priest as the firstfruits of Yahuwah. And from the half belonging to the children of Israel thou shalt take 150 from the men, and from the oxen, and from the sheep, and from the asses, and from all the cattle, and thou shalt give them to the Levites that keep the charges in the tabernacle of Yahuwah. And Moshe and Eleazar the priest did as Yahuwah commanded Moshe. And that which remained of the spoil which the warriors took was of the sheep 625,000, and oxen 72,000, and asses 61,000, and persons of women who had not known lying with man, all the souls 32,000, and the half, even the portion of them that went out to war from the number of the sheep was 337,500. And the tribute to Yahuwah from the sheep was 675. And the oxen, 630,000, and the tribute to Yahuwah, 72. And the asses, 32,500, and the tribute to Yahuwah, 61. And the persons, 16,000, and the tribute of them, 32 souls. And Moshe gave the tribute to Yahuwah, the heave offering to Elohim, to Eleazar the priest, as Yahuwah commanded Moshe, from the half belonging to the children of Israel, whom Moshe separated from the men of war. And the half taken from the sheep belonging to the congregation was 337,500, and the oxen 36,000, asses 30,500, and persons 16,000. And Moshe took of the half belonging to the children of Israel the 50th part of men and cattle, and he gave them to the Levites who kept the charges of the tabernacle of Yahuwah, as Yahuwah commanded Moshe. And all those who were appointed to be officers of thousands of the host, captains of thousands, and captains of hundreds, approached Moshe and said to Moshe, Thy servants have taken the sum of the men of war with us, and not one is missing. And we have brought our gift to Yahuah, every man who has found an article of gold, whether an armlet, or chain, or ring, or bracelet, or clasp for the hair, to make atonement for us before Yahuah. And Moshe and Eleazar the priest took the gold from them, even every wrought article, and all the wrought gold, even the offering that they offered to Yahuah, was 16,750 shekels from the captains of thousands and the captains of hundreds. For the men of war took plunder, every one for himself. And Moshe and Eleazar the priest took the gold from the captains of thousands and the captains of hundreds, and brought the vessels into the tabernacle of witness, a memorial of the children of Israel before Yahuah. Chapter 32. And the children of Reuben, the children of Gad, had a multitude of cattle, very great. And they saw the land of Yazer, the land of Gilead, and the place was a place for cattle. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad came and spoke to Moshe and to Eleazar the priest, and to the princes of the congregation, saying, Ataroth, and Debon, and Yazer, and Namrah, and Eshbon, and Eliel, and Sebama, and Nabu, and Bean, the land which Yahuah has delivered up before the children of Israel is a pasture land. Thy servants have cattle. And they said, If we have found grace in thy sight, let this land be given to thy servants for a possession, and do not cause us to pass over Jordan. And Moshe said to the sons of Gad and to the sons of Reuben, Shall your brethren go to war, and shall you sit here? Why do you pervert the minds of the children of Israel, that they should not cross over into the land which Yahuah gives them? Did not your fathers thus, when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to spy out the land? And they went up to the valley of the cluster and spied the land, and turned aside the heart of the children of Israel, that they should not go into the land which Yahuah gave them? Yahuah was angry in that day, and sware, saying, Surely these men who came up out of Egypt from 20 years old and upward, who know good and evil, shall not see the land which I swore to give Abraham and Yitzchak and Yaakov. For they have not closely followed after me, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh, who was set apart, and Yahusha the son of Nun. For they closely followed after Yahuah, and Yahuah was very angry with Israel. And for 40 years he caused them to wander in the wilderness, until all the generation which did evil in the sight of Yahuah was extinct. Behold, ye are arisen up in the room of your fathers, a combination of sinful men, to increase yet further the fierce wrath of Yahuah against Israel. For ye will turn away from him to desert him yet once more in the wilderness, and ye will sin against this whole congregation. And they came to him and said, We will build here folds for our cattle and cities for our possessions, and we will arm ourselves and go as an advanced guard before the children of Israel, until we have brought them into their place, and our possessions shall remain in walled cities because of the inhabitants of the land. And we will not return to our houses till the children of Israel shall have been disturbed, each one in his own inheritance. And we will not any longer inherit with them from the other side of Jordan and onwards, because we have our full inheritance on the side beyond Jordan eastward. And Moshe said to them, If you will do according to these words, if you will arm yourselves before Yahuah for battle, and every one of you will pass over Jordan fully armed before Yahuah, until his enemy be destroyed from before his face, and the land shall be subdued before Yahuah. Then afterwards ye shall return and be guiltless before Yahuah. And as regards Israel, and this land shall be to you for a possession before Yahuah. But if you will not do so, you will sin against Yahuah, and ye shall know your sin, when the affliction shall come upon you. And ye shall build for yourself cities for your store, and folds for your cattle, and ye shall do that which proceeds out of your mouth. And the sons of Reuben and the sons of Gad spoke to Moshe, saying, Thy servants will do as our Lord commands. Our store and our wives and all our cattle shall be in the cities of Gilead, but thy servants will go over all armed and set in order before Yahuah to battle, as our Lord says. And Moshe appointed to them for judges Eleazar the priest, and Yahusha the son of Nun, and the chiefs of the families of the tribes of Israel. And Moshe said to them, If the sons of Reuben and the sons of Gad will pass over Jordan with you, every one armed for war before Yahuah, and ye shall subdue the land before you, then ye shall give to them the land of Gilead for possession. But if they will not pass over armed with you before war, before Yahuah, then shall ye cause to pass over their possessions and their wives and their cattle before you into the land of Canaan, and they shall inherit with you in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Reuben and the sons of Gad answered, saying, Whatsoever Yahuah says to his servants, that will we do. We will go over armed before Yahuah into the land of Canaan, and ye shall give us our inheritance beyond Jordan. And Moshe gave to them, even to the sons of Gad and the sons of Reuben and the half tribe of Manasseh, the sons of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og of Bashan, and the land and its cities with its coasts, the cities of the land round about. And the sons of Gad built Dibon and Ataroth and Aroer and Sophar and Yazer, and they set them up. And Namram and Baethron, strong cities and folds for sheep. And the sons of Reuben built Eshbon and Elial and Karithaim and Beelmon, surrounded with walls, and Sebama. And they called the names of the cities which they built after their own names. And a son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, went to Gilead and took it, and destroyed the Amorite who dwelt in it. And Moshe gave Gilead to Machir, the son of Manasseh, and he dwelt there. And Yair, the son of Manasseh, went and took their villages, and called the villages of Yair. And Nabu went and took Kaath and her villages, and called them Naboth after his name. Numbers 33. And these are the stages of the children of Israel, as they went out from the land of Egypt with their host by the hand of Moshe and Aharon. And Moshe wrote their removals and their stages by the word of Yahuah. And these are the stages of their journeying. They departed from Ramesses in the first month, on the 15th day of the month, on the day after the Passover. On the day after the Passover, the children of Israel went forth with a high hand before all the Egyptians. And the Egyptians buried those that died of them, even all that Yahuah smote, every firstborn in the land of Egypt. So also Yahuah executed vengeance on their Elohim. And the children of Israel departed from Ramesses and encamped at Sukkot. And they departed from Sukkot and encamped in Bhutan, which is part of the wilderness. And they departed from Bhutan and encamped at the mouth of Ivroth, which is opposite Baal Zephon, and encamped opposite Magdol. And they departed from before Ivroth and crossed the middle of the sea into the wilderness, and they went a journey of 3 days through the wilderness and encamped in Pikrae. And they departed from Pikrae and came to Elim. And in Elim were 12 fountains of water and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the water. And they departed from Elim and encamped by the Red Sea. And they departed from the Red Sea and encamped in the wilderness of Sin. And they departed from the wilderness of Sin and encamped in Raphakah. And they departed from Raphakah and encamped at Elus. And they departed from Elus and encamped in Rephidim. And there was no water there for the people to drink. And they departed from Rephidim and encamped in the wilderness of Sinai. And they departed from the wilderness of Sinai and encamped at the graves of Lust. And they departed from the graves of Lust and encamped in Asaroth. And they departed from Asaroth and encamped in Rathama. They departed from Rathama and encamped in Ramon Pharez. And they departed from Ramon Pharez and encamped in Lebona. And they departed from Lebona and encamped in Rezin. And they departed from Rezin and encamped in Makelath. And they departed from Makelath and encamped in Saphar. And they departed from Saphar and encamped in Haradath. And they departed from Haradath and encamped in Makeloth. And they departed from Makeloth and encamped in Katath. Katath. They departed from Katath and encamped in Tarath. They departed from Tarath and encamped in Mathekah. And they departed from Mathekah and encamped in Salmona. They departed from Salmona and encamped in Masuruth. And they departed from Masuruth and encamped in Banea. And they departed from Banea and encamped in the mountain of Gadgad. Yeah, that's right. And the Mesorate is called Hor Gidgad. And they departed from the mountain of Gadgad and departed in Ethebatha. And they departed from Etebatha and encamped in Ebrona. And they departed from Ebrona and encamped in Gejon Geber. They departed from Gejon Geber and encamped in the wilderness of Sin. And they departed from the wilderness of Sin and encamped in the wilderness of Pharan. This is Kadesh. And they departed from Kadesh and encamped in Mount Or near the land of Edom. And Aharon the priest went up by the command of Yahuah and died there in the 40th year, in the departure of the children of Israel from the land of Egypt in the 5th month on the 1st day of the month. And Aharon was 123 years old when he died in Mount Hor. And Arad, the Canaanitish king, he too dwelt in the land of Canaan, having heard when the children of Israel were entering the land. And they departed from Mount Or and encamped in Salmona. And they departed from Salmona and encamped in Phino. They departed from Phino and encamped in Oboth. And they departed from Oboth and encamped in Gai, and on the other side of Jordan, on the borders of Moab. And they departed from Gai and encamped in Debon Gad. They departed from Debon Gad and encamped in Gilmon Deblathaim. They departed from Gilmon Deblathaim and encamped in the mountains of Abarim over against Nebo. They departed from the mountains of Abarim and encamped on the west of Moab at Jordan by Jericho. And they encamped by Jordan between Esimoth as far as Belsa to the west of Moab. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe at the west of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and thou shalt say to them, Ye are to pass over Jordan into the land of Canaan, and shall destroy all that dwell in the land before you. And ye shall abolish their high places, and all their molten images ye shall destroy. And ye shall demolish all their pillars, and ye shall destroy all the inhabitants of the land, and ye shall dwell in it. For I have given their land to you for an inheritance, and ye shall inherit their land according to your tribes. To the greater number ye shall give the larger possession, and to the smaller ye shall give the less possession. To whatsoever part a man's name shall go forth by lot, there shall be his property. Ye shall inherit according to the tribes of your families. But if you will not destroy the dwellers in the land from before you, then it shall come to pass that whomsoever of them ye shall leave shall be thorns in your eyes and darts in your sides, and they shall be enemies to you on the land which ye shall dwell. It shall come to pass that as I determined to do to them, so I will do to you. Numbers chapter 34. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Charge the children of Israel, and thou shalt say to them, Ye are entering into the land of Canaan. It shall be to you for an inheritance, the land of Canaan with its boundaries, and your southern side shall be from the wilderness of Sin to the border of Edom. And your border southward shall extend on the side of the salt sea eastward, and your border shall go round about you from the south of the ascent of Akrabin, and shall proceed by Anak, and the going forth of it shall be southward to Kadesh Barnea. And it shall go forth to the village of Arad, and shall proceed by Asimona. And the border shall compass from Asimona to the river Egypt. And the sea shall be the termination. And ye shall have your border on the west. The great sea shall be the boundary. This shall be to you the border on the west. And this shall be your northern border. From the great sea ye shall measure to yourselves by the side of the mountain. And ye shall measure to yourselves the mountain from Mount Hor at the entering in to Amath. And the termination of it shall be the coast of Sardak. And the border shall go out to Dephrona, and its termination shall be at Arsinain. This shall be your border from the north, and ye shall measure to yourselves the eastern border from Arsinain to Sephamar. And the border shall go down from Sephamar to Bela, eastward to the fountains. And the border shall go down from Bela behind the sea, Hanereth, eastward. And the border shall go down to Jordan, and the termination shall be the salt sea, and this shall be your land and its borders round about. And Moshe charged the children of Israel, saying, This is the land which ye shall inherit by lot, even as Yahuah commanded us to give it to the 9 tribes and a half, tribe of Manasseh. For the tribe of the children of Reuben and the tribe of the children of Gad have received their inheritance according to their families, and the half tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritances. 2 tribes and a half tribe have received their inheritance beyond Jordan by Jericho from the south eastward. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, These are the names of the men who shall divide the land to you for an inheritance: Eleazar the priest, and Yahusha the son of Nun. And ye shall take 1 ruler from each tribe to divide the land to you by lot. And these are the names of the men of the tribe of Yehuda: Caleb the son of Jephunneh; of the tribe of Simeon, Salamiel the son of Semiud; of the tribe of Benjamin, Eldad the son of Chasalon; of the tribe of Dan, the prince was Bakir the son of Eglai; of the sons of Joseph, of the tribe of the sons of Manasseh, the prince was Aniel the son of Suphai; of the tribe of the sons of Ephraim, the prince was Chamuel the son of Sabathan; of the tribe of Zabulon, the prince was Elisiphon the son of Pharnak; of the tribe of the sons of Issachar, the prince was Phaltiel the son of Oza; of the tribe of the children of Asher, the prince was Achior son of Selemai; of the tribe of Naphtali, the prince was Fadael the son of Jamiud. These did Yahuah command to distribute the inheritance to the children of Israel in the land of Canaan. Chapter 35, Numbers, Septuagint version. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe by the west of Moab, by Jordan, near Jericho, saying, Give orders to the children of Israel, and they shall give to the Levites cities to dwell in from the lot of their possession, and they shall give to the Levites the suburbs of the cities round about them. And the cities shall be for them to dwell in, and their enclosures shall be for their cattle and all their beasts. And the suburbs of the cities which ye shall give to the Levites shall be from the wall of the city and outwards 2,000 cubits round about. And thou shalt measure outside the city on the east side 2,000 cubits, and on the south side 2,000 cubits, and on the west side 2,000 cubits, and on the north side 2,000 cubits. And your city shall be in the midst of this, and the suburbs of the cities as described. And ye shall give the cities to the Levites, the 6 cities of refuge which ye shall give for the slayer to flee thither, and in addition to these 42 cities. Ye shall give to the Levites in all 48 cities, them and their suburbs. And as for the cities which ye shall give out of the possession of the children of Israel, from those that have much ye shall give much, and from those that have less ye shall give less. They shall give their cities to the Levites, each one according to his inheritance with which they shall inherit it. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and thou shalt say to them, You are to cross over Jordan into the land of Canaan. And ye shall appoint to yourselves cities. They shall be to you cities of refuge for the slayer to flee to. Everyone who has killed another unintentionally, and the cities shall be to you places of refuge from the avenger of blood. And the slayer shall not die until he stands before the congregation for judgment. And the cities which he shall assign, even the 6 cities, shall be places for refuge for you. Ye shall assign 3 cities on the other side of Jordan, and ye shall assign 3 cities in the land of Canaan. It shall be... Hang on one second. It shall be a place of refuge for the children of Israel, and for the stranger, and for him that sojourns among you. These cities shall be for a place of refuge for every one to flee thither who has killed a man unintentionally. And if he should smite him with an iron instrument, and the man should die, he is a murderer. Let the murderer by all means be put to death. And if he should smite him with a stone thrown from his hand, whereby a man die, and thus die, he is a murderer. Let the murderer by all means be put to death. And if he should smite him with an instrument of wood from his hand, and whereby he may die, and thus he die, he is a murderer. Let the murderer by all means be put to death. The avenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer. Whensoever he shall meet him, he shall slay him. If he should thrust him through enmity, or cast anything upon him from an ambuscade, and the man should die, or if he should have smitten him with his hand through anger, and the man should die, let the man that smote him be put to death by all means. He is a murderer. Let the murderer by all means be put to death. The avenger of blood shall slay the murderer when he meets him. But if he should thrust him suddenly, not through enmity, or cast anything upon him, not from an ambuscade, or smite him with any stone, whereby a man may die unawares, and it should fall upon him, and he should die, but he was not his enemy, nor sought to hurt him, then the assembly shall judge between the smiter and the avenger of blood according to these judgments. And the congregation shall rescue the slayer from the avenger of blood, and the congregation shall restore him to his city of refuge, whither he fled for refuge, and he shall dwell there till the death of the high priest, whom they anointed with the holy oil. But if the slayer should go in any wise, go out beyond the bounds of the city, whither he had fled for refuge, and the avenger of blood should find him without the bounds for the city of his refuge, and the avenger of blood shall kill the slayer, he is not guilty, for he ought to have remained in the city of refuge till the high priest died. And after the death of the high priest, the slayer shall return to the land of his possession. And these things shall be to you for an ordinance of judgment throughout your generations, in all your dwellings. Whoever kills a man, thou shalt slay the murderer, on the testimony of witness, and one witness shall not testify against a soul that he die. And he shall not accept ransoms for life from a murderer who is worthy of death, for he shall surely be put to death. You shall not accept a ransom to excuse his fleeing to the city of refuge, so that he should again dwell in the land, until the death of the high priest. So shall ye not pollute with murder in the land which ye shall dwell, for this blood pollutes the land. And the land shall not be purged from the blood shed upon it, but by the blood of him that shed it. And ye shall not defile the land whereon ye dwell, on which I dwell in the midst of you, for I am Yahuah, dwelling in the midst of the children of Israel. All right, last chapter, brothers and sisters, book of Numbers, chapter 36, Septuagint version. And the heads of the tribes of the sons of Gilead, the sons of Machir, the sons of Manasseh, of the tribe of the sons of Joseph, drew near, and spoke before Moshe, and before Eleazar the priest, and before the heads of the houses of the families of the children of Israel. And they said, Yahuah commanded our Lord to enter, our Adonai, to enter the land of inheritance by lot to the children of Israel. And Yahuah appointed our Adonai to give the inheritance of Zelophehad, our brother, to his daughters. And they will become wives in one of the tribes of the children of Israel. So their inheritance shall be taken away from the possession of our fathers, and shall be added to the inheritance of the tribe into which the woman shall marry, and shall be taken away from the portion of our inheritance. And if there shall be a release of the children of Israel, then shall their inheritance be added to the inheritance of the tribe into which the woman would marry. And the inheritance shall be taken away from the inheritance of our family's tribe. And Moshe charged the children of Israel by the commandment of Yahuah, saying, Thus says the tribe of the children of Yosef. Thus said the tribe of the children of Yosef, This is the thing which Yahuah has appointed the daughters of Zelophehad, saying, Let them marry there, please. Only let them marry the men of their father's tribe. So shall not the inheritance of the children of Israel go about from tribe to tribe. For the children of Israel shall steadfastly continue each in the inheritance of his family's tribe. And whatever daughter is heiress to a property of the tribe of the children of Israel, such women shall be married, each one to her father's tribe, that the sons of Israel may each inherit the property of his father's tribe. And the inheritance shall not go about from one tribe to another, but the children of Israel shall steadfastly continue each in his own inheritance. As Yahuah commanded Moshe, so did they to the daughters of Zelophehad. So Tersa and Eglah and Meklah and Nuah and Mahlah and the daughters of Zelophehad married their cousins. They were married to men of the tribes of Manasseh, the sons of Joseph, and their inheritance was attached to the tribe of their father's family. These are the commandments and the ordinances and the judgments which Yahuah commanded by the hand of Moshe at the west of Moab, at Jordan by Jericho. Well, brothers and sisters, those of you that have joined us for 4 books so far, praise be to Yah. He's allowed us to do this, and I pray it's a blessing for you. We've got one more book left. We're going to be doing it tomorrow, probably same time, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So if you want to catch it live, we'll be there at 9. Aside from that, let's just end with a prayer, and we'll see you tomorrow. Heavenly Father, Yahuah Most High, we just come before you in Yahusha's name. We thank you for allowing us to gather together like this and to read from your Torah. And we pray that you give us understanding for our heart, that we may walk more perfectly before you. And we bless you and thank you for this week-long festival of Sukkot. And we just bless you for all things that you do for us. In Yahusha's name, Amen and Amen. Shalom, brothers and sisters. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll finish up the final book of the Torah, book of Deuteronomy, at 9 a.m. Central. Shalom.